What's good, YouTube? What is going on? What's going on this Friday night? Another edition of Friday Night Sports Talk. And I'm here with, one of my co-hosts. My man D Free is in the building. My man Sock, of course, is running late. And we got a guest today, special guest. We got the sniper, Ofacio Falcone, on to join us today. And we're just going to talk. So we got a lot to talk about, a lot of things happening this weekend. We got the Super Bowl fight that just happened. And then Ofacio is going to tell us a little about himself and talk about the card next week here in the Garden. And we're going to lead it off with you, Ofacio, man. How you doing? How was your week? And, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
First off, thank you for, the interview for all you guys. And secondly, I'm feeling great, bro. I'm heading in the week confident. I'm feeling strong. I'm more than prepared for this fight. I'm feeling great, bro. Thank you.
You already know, bro. So, Facio, 10-0. You campaign at 130 pounds, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Your next fight is against this guy. I think his name is Edward Sabalos or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about your opponent? Have you seen him before or any tape?
My team seen him. I've seen him like a clip or two. Other than that, I really don't know too much about him. Just another guy on paper. And, yeah, it's the same thing as all my other fights.
I feel you. All right. So, any special preparation you might have made?
I just changed. This guy's a southpaw, so I just been working with a lot of great southpaws.
Okay.
But nothing really different. I've just been working harder. My work ethic got better. This is something that I'm coming back to my hometown to fight once again. My last fight was in 3 days' notice. This time I had more than enough time to prepare. And, it's just I want to come out and come once again to my hometown and show out in front of my people. So I'm just super excited. So I worked 20 times harder, and I feel like I'm more prepared than ever.
Absolutely. Real quick, I just want to say what's up to my man D Free, one of my co-hosts here, who's here with me pretty much every week, and usually very punctual and on time, unlike this other guy. And D Free, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? What's going on, Paco?
How you been? How was your week?
Man, my week been good. I mean, up until last night, my week was fine.
What happened last night?
Was it because of the result of the fight?
I had to stay up for that boring ass main event.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Hey, I heard you say that this guy this opponent that you're facing is a southpaw. Have you faced a lot of southpaws in your career so far?
I faced guys that fought me southpaw. I don't know if they were, originally that stance. I faced guys that switched, and I've stopped them in that stance. But have I faced a guy on paper on BoxRec that said southpaw? I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Real quick, let me just go in here real quick and just say what's up to a few people. Mr. Shelton always coming through showing love. What's good, Mr. Shelton? He's got a big weekend. He's a 49er fan. Niners Super Bowl this weekend. Jamie TV, thank you for coming through. Always coming and showing love and support. Marky Dan, what's going on, Marky Dan? TWT in the building. Josh Sanders, what's good? TWT in the building from Kentucky. What's good? And, as people come in, I'll try to shout you. I'll hit you up in the chat. But, yeah, man, a lot going on. But, I want to focus a little bit right now, to next Friday. It's a nice card, right? Besides yourself, there's a couple other New Yorkers on the card as well. Shoo is going to be on the card. Have you ever had a chance to spar or work with Shoo?
Yeah, I think when we was younger. I think I sparred him like one other time.
Okay.
It was great work as always.
Okay. And then speaking of sparring, I know, we spoke a couple of times and chatted, behind the scenes. I know you sparred with Hitchens.
Yeah.
How's that sparring with Hitchens? He's a bigger guy than you, right? I mean,
yeah, he's very big.
Yeah.
Hitchens is just very sharp. He's very lengthy. He's very tall, sharp. Just high level work, bro. That's work that you don't get. That's like a lot more mental work than anything. That means very sharp.
Yeah.
Great work.
And how's his power? A lot of people don't talk about. He don't have many knockouts. He's a good boxer. He's very fundamentally sound. Does his punches, kind of like you feel his punches, or is just like more of slaps, or like What would you say as far as
overall? Listen, man. Overall, I think that man is very sharp.
Okay.
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't. He's very precise. I feel like that's where his power comes from. He's very accurate. So, yeah, I'll say that about him. I wouldn't say he don't have any power though.
Okay.
Definitely does.
Yeah. What about I'm sorry, D3. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, with this up and coming opponent that you have, I know you say you haven't seen much about him, but the little bit that you did see of him, is there anything that stand out that you say you have to watch out for?
Damn, I don't want to say too much because I want him to do it.
Nah, you ain't gotta give away your game plan.
So I would say, honestly, I seen him and I didn't see anything that like it was like really caught my attention that I'm nervous about. I've been in front of a lot of different guys, such as Hitchens and other great professionals as well. So me being in the ring with those guys just showed me where I'm at, and I'm just confident in what I'm able to do. So I'm not saying more. I'm not trying to knock him or anything, and I'm never overlooking anybody. But it's just I feel like I'm more than prepared for whatever it is that he's gonna bring.
Okay.
But yes, my team has seen their things and they have come to me and we have been working on certain things to avoid specific shots that I've seen him throw. But other than that, I'm good.
All right.
Okay. Question. So are you a free agent? Are you signed with anybody, or is this like a kind of like a tryout for other people to see you, maybe to get another fight later on this year? Like
I've done fought on almost every platform now. Almost.
Yeah.
I'm a free agent. I got a management. It's Dope Management. His name is Norman. Other than that, yeah, I'm free. I'm not signed to no promotion or anything.
Okay.
Just scouting, just shopping.
I got you. So like after this fight, after you win, because you will win, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think is gonna? What do you look to do next? Like,
just keep on fighting. What I wanted to do, my plan was just to get my face on every platform, as many platforms as possible, more publicity, exposure, and each platform has its own exposure. So just get my face everywhere, and whenever the right offer comes, with the right opportunity, the right promotion that we feel comfortable with, me and my team, is not just me, then I'll sign to them. But until then, I'll just keep shopping around, fighting on different promotions, taking whatever I can get at the moment. Boxing is a little bit different now. It's more politics than anything.
Yeah.
So we got to be, very careful what I choose.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking. So the main event, is your weight class, correct?
Yep.
So,
yep.
I mean, you got another New Yorker, more upstate, in Abraham Nova. He's more up in the Albany area.
Yep.
He's taking on Oshaki Foster, who looked tremendous, especially late in that fight. In a voluntary matchup. This is a big fight more for Nova, and I think this is more of a showcase for Oshaki, if you want to call it that. Because it's not a mandatory. This is more of a volunteer. So he comes up north because he's down from Texas. What do you think of that fight, and what do you think if you was in the ring with either one of them, how that may turn out?
First of all, just to address the second question, if I'm in the ring with anybody,
yeah,
I'm in there with them, I'm gonna win. So, but and the game plan I wouldn't know until I'm there. So
yeah.
But because things change inside the ring, you can plan for people, and then it's just completely different when you're in there with them. But as far as how I see that fight going, that's a good fight, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't overlook Nova. Nova's not a guy that you could just sit back on and think that he's not coming with anything. Nova's coming to fight. The only reason why I seen him get knocked out, I think, was by Ramirez, but that was at 126, and I feel like he was draining way too much weight to take that weight. I feel like he'll be more comfortable and more stronger at 130. But again, Oshaki's another dog, so I don't know. It's gonna be a good fight, bro. It really is gonna be a great fight, and the better man's gonna win.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be. I mean, I think the co-main event, which we'll talk about in a minute, is going to be the best fight of the card. But that fight, the main event, is going to be a really good matchup as well. I think you're right. I think he hit the nail on the head, especially with Abraham Nova. I think he was killing himself making the weight, especially. I think that might have been his second fight coming off the ACL injury. Didn't he have like an ACL injury?
I think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think now with the extra weight, I think he's a little bit more comfortable and. He comes to fight. I mean, he's fundamentally sound. He's got a little bit of pop as well.
Absolutely.
I think that is going to be a great fight. But I think Oshaki's coming to prove something as well. So I think that their styles are going to clash, and I think we're going to get a heck of a fight.
I think so as well. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I don't think Nova's gonna take a step back, and I know Shaki's not gonna take a step back because from his last fight, you could tell he's a dog. It's gonna be a good fight, bro. It's gonna be a great fight.
Okay. Have you ever met or seen any of them up close or
I've never seen either of them.
another? Okay.
That's weird because me and Nova's from the same. I was supposed to spar him. I forgot for what fight, but I forgot. I don't know what really happened that it never happened. That was a while ago though, like
Yeah.
a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So
Nova's a smart guy.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to just to seeing both of them in person. Remember, we're all in the same weight class, so just just to take a look at it, see what it's like to see guys that are in my weight class at the higher level performing, and just compare them to myself, that night.
Yeah, absolutely. What's good, Clarence McLean? I don't know if you know Clarence McLean. He be around in the gyms as well. He might be at the fight next week, but he says, "Yo, salute my people, Thomas, my BX brother, D Free, my brother Ofacio. What's up, chat?" But,
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, Clarence, he be in the gyms and stuff. So you may have seen him.
Oh yeah. I think I seen Clarence in South Box when I was actually sparring Hitchens that day.
Okay. Yeah. And he did a little interview with Hitchens too, I think, after with Kelly. Yeah, it was him and Kelly and Clarence. But salute to Clarence. Clarence be out there getting, with the amateurs, and he be at all the gyms in the Bronx. So
yeah.
D Free, you got anything real quick?
Nah. I can't wait to see how you look. I saw the last fight. You look good. I want to see what more you improve from your last fight to this fight.
I'm excited too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, when was your last fight? Was it in August? Your last fight, or?
I think it was in June. Last June.
Okay.
And I took that fight in 3 days' notice.
Okay. So speaking of notices and late notices and stuff like that, look who we got here. We got one of my best friends in the whole wide world, Mr. Socrates Palmer Jr. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, bro? It's past your bedtime, sir. What's going on? We got a big date next week.
I don't know if a lot of you know this, but Soc works with Ofacio as well as strength and conditioning. So they work together, and Soc is very strict. I've worked out with Soc in the past, and it sucks, but that's just me. Ofacio, how is it working with Soc?
Soc's a bully.
He's a bully, right?
He's a bully, bro.
Let me ask you a question. This is I just thought of this now. When you work out with Soc, are you allowed to wear headphones and listen to music?
I mean, anytime I'm in the gym and I'm working with a coach, I never wear headphones because how are you going to learn from that? You're not going to learn.
Yeah.
So I never tried it. I don't think so, though.
I'm going to tell you why, because the last time I worked with Soc, I think we was in Pelham Bay Park, and I had the headphones on, the music, and I think he was ready to run. He wanted me to run a little bit, and he was like, nah, self-motivation. You don't need music. You don't need it. And he didn't let me listen to the music. And that's why.
That sounds like Soc, too.
Yeah. What's good? What's good, Gabe? Salute to you, brother. And what's good, Crush the Legend? My man Crush is in the building. What's good, Crush? What's going on, bro? But yeah, I wanted to share that story. But Soc's a funny guy, as you probably know. But Soc, we just been kicking it, talking about the card, talking about Ofacio and stuff like that. But what do you got, Soc? You come in late, but you come in, fashionably late, right?
That's it. I'm obviously like everyone else in the room. I'm excited about next week. Big platform, ESPN, hometown crowd, and we will be in the building early, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Obviously I'm biased, but I think anyone that's out there and doesn't know Ofacio Falcone Jr., picture it like if you had an opportunity to invest in Apple back in 1992, right, or whenever before the iPhone dropped, or the iPad, the iPod, the Nano joint. That's Ofacio Falcone. So jump on the back on the wagon right now.
Nice. I like that. Real quick, shout out to my man Sir Sir Richard Figueroa.
Hey.
But as well in the Bronx, he's a Bronx legend.
Yes.
We call him Sir. He says, "What's good, my bro?" That's a super good boxer there. Love his jab. He sets everything up with that jab. I would love to work out with him. Miss you guys. Yo, we miss you too, sir. Sir is from the block. He's from the area.
Talking about me?
Yeah, yeah.
I was wondering. I don't know. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours.
After this fight, actually, we own a gym. It's called Underdog Boxing and Fitness Club. You guys could come through and get a workout in with me.
Oh, for sure.
I'm always in the gym. It don't matter whether I fight tomorrow. I'll be back in the gym the next week. So
yeah.
Same thing for me.
Nice. Yeah, sir. Are you still in the Bronx? I thought you moved up. I thought you moved to upstate or PA or something like that. But sir, sir's a childhood friend and obviously still a friend. We known him from our football days back in the day and from the neighborhood. Yeah, so that's him shouting on Facebook. But I could have sworn he's not in the Bronx anymore. But I guess he'll let us know real quick. But yeah, back to Sock.
Well, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. No, back to Sock. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys asked the question, but Ofasim, how has it been not only training for a fight, but also, I mean, there's other fighters that work part-time, and they fight or work full-time, but you own a business. How has that been, that balance? Because you live in the gym, basically.
I would say it's not really. I got a good support team. I got a father, I got a family. I got other people in the gym that are like family to me as well. We all support each other, and I know when it's time to fight. Like, for example, this week, I'm not even going to be in the gym at all, and I have just a team of people that, we work together and make sure things happen. And, I put my front foot forward, and they're right behind me, pushing me forward. So it really isn't that big of a, at this moment, especially when it's time to fight, they allow me to focus, especially when it gets close to the fight. So it really isn't that big of a deal to me, honestly. It doesn't change anything. Honestly, owning a gym is actually better for me because I'm in the gym 24/7, like you said, and it's just I'm always ready. I'm always working on something, and yeah, they'll never catch me lacking. So.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I could speak from firsthand knowledge. I have to slow him down, because he's, it was up to him. He'd be, just doing sit-ups all day,
Yeah, all day doing something.
Yeah.
Like my question is to Sock now is like, when should I rest and stuff like that? Because I really don't be knowing.
I mean, I think as hard as you work, I mean, anybody, rest and recuperation is just as important as you put in, and of course the nutrition. So, right now we're winding down. We have a week to go. About 6 days to the weigh-in. So right now it's just maintenance.
Yep, maintenance. That's it. Just losing and cutting weight, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And how's your weight so far?
Great. Just a couple pounds off, honestly.
Nice.
Great.
And this is at 131, not 130, right?
I think he's at 131. Yeah. I don't know how the New York City Commission works. So I heard you got a +1. I don't know if my max is 30. Either way, I'm coming in on 30, so it don't even matter to me, bro. Honestly.
Nice. Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I make 30, so that they know I can make 30, of course, and so that I clear whatever the weight is. I know it says 131, so whatever it is, I'll be that.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
So on the card, any guys on the card? We know a couple people by name from the city that's going to be on the card. You know anybody in particular on the card?
There's a lot of good fighters on this card. They got Shushu, they got Tiger Johnson, they got Oshaki, they got Nova. They got a lot of great people on this card. I think Arnold Gonzalez is fighting here too.
Yes, that we're trying to get him on too. He said he was going to talk to us tomorrow. We're trying to set something up. But yes, Arnold Gonzalez. Yeah, he's from
another explosive fighter. They have a lot of good. And actually, I think he started in New York City too.
Yeah, he's from Harlem.
So look at that. Yeah,
out to the West Coast. Yeah,
they got a lot of great fighters coming from New York City, fighting in Madison Square Garden on the same day as me. So I think it's going to be exciting, bro. There's a lot of great fighters there. It's a great card to be on.
It's a good showcase for a lot of the young fighters too, as well.
I agree.
I'm not sure who Arnold's fighting. I could not see where he's fighting. Obviously, I'm trying to. Hopefully, he gets with us tomorrow. He said he was. I'm gonna ask him. But I met him at the Maello fight, at the Maello Walsh fight. But we got him. You know, obviously we said Shushu. You know, Abraham Nova. What do you think about the co-main event? Shadi, he's fighting Cortez. This is I think it's also at 130, right? I think 130. He fights at 130 as well.
I never heard of him.
Shadi, Brian Chevalier is from Puerto Rico.
Oh yes. I know you're talking about the Puerto Rican guy. I'm going for the Puerto Rican guy. Always. I don't know, but I did see him fight a couple of times, and he can fight. So I'm definitely going for him. Not only that, you're coming to New York City. There's going to be a Puerto Rican crowd there. There's more Puerto Rican from New York City. So I feel like just with the crowd and him being Puerto Rican and, you know, politics, I feel like he's going to win anyways.
Yeah, he's a big underdog. Almost 5-1 underdog, but I think he's a live dog. I mean, he's a very exciting fighter. I think that may be the fight of the night, besides yours, of course. But I think you're just going to put on a clinic. I'm just saying. And
I think so as well.
Yeah, but top to bottom, the card. I think the card is pretty good. It's a good showcase. Sock hates when I do that, but
no, but it's also pretty price friendly. I mean, if you go on Ticketmaster, it's not, you know, it's if you have a couple of dollars left over for Valentine's Day, you know, it's worth.
I think I got saved by the bell. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I didn't. I lied. I didn't get saved. I still got to get a gift.
Jesus.
I'm just not gonna deliver it, but I still got to get a gift.
It's a commercial holiday.
Huh?
It's a commercial holiday.
Of course.
Right. Yeah.
But you know women.
Yeah. But yeah, I got tickets to the fight. Unfortunately, Sock, I did not get credentials. I checked the email. I did not get anything. But I got tickets to the fight, and pretty much almost every seat in the theater is pretty good. Like they pack it in pretty good. You know, it fits around. I want to say about 5,000 people. I think maybe 5,000 to 6,000, and almost every seat is pretty good. So, you know, we're looking forward to it. You know, I know Sock got the ringside seat. You know, but.
No, I fought at the Garden my last fight, so this is gonna be like me coming home again. I felt comfortable in my last fight, first time me being there.
Nice.
This fight, I'm just excited, honestly.
Nice. What's good, Oppin and LD? What's good? That's my brother Oppin and LD. Says salute, fam, Sock, and guests.
Thank you.
And, Bruce Gas, what's good, Bruce Gas? Thanks for coming through. Salute.
Hey, D, have you ever been to the theater at the Garden?
Nah. Nope.
You never, not even the big house, the big part.
I've been to the big house. I haven't been to the theater.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even know they had a theater in there. I thought I just been to the big house. I didn't know they had a theater in there.
I think it used to be called.
I was just like you a couple months ago too, bro. So I was like, yo, I'm fighting that. Yo, they was like, yo,
I didn't know about the theater till T.O. and Josh Taylor fought there.
Bro, I didn't know about
the theater. I found out about it.
So they called me. They told me I was going to fight at Madison Square Garden. So I'm thinking the big Madison Square Garden. I didn't know there was no theater. Then when I got there, I was like, yo, this is Madison Square Garden. It's not that big. And then it was like, and then they told me, I was like, there's no way they talking about filling this place up with 10,000. No way, bro.
Madison Square Garden, not that big.
Let me fight. In my head, once I walked in, I was like, let me fight a couple fights here in my own hometown, bro. I'm gonna sell this shit out myself. What is it, like 4,000 people could fit in there?
I think it's like between 5 and 6, something like that. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I can do this shit myself. Yo, but then I realized there was a bigger Madison Square Garden, and then I was like, oh, okay, it's the smaller one.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it used to get a lot more, regular fights. It was, almost monthly.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was called the Felt Forum.
It wasn't called the Paramount or something like that.
Before that, the Felt Forum.
Okay.
And then the Paramount, and then I think the Hulu Theater at one point. So I think that's what it is now.
The Hulu. Yeah, it's Hulu.
Yeah,
Theater.
But the Paramount, yes, you're right. It was the Paramount, but the Felt Forum, and a lot of New Yorkers fought there. I just off the top of my head, Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly fought. What was this tough dude's name? I don't remember his first name. Dorsey. It's a white dude from Troy Dorsey. He fought back in whatever, before Kevin Kelly became world champion. Might have been the fight right before. I was like Anthony Bradley out of Harlem fought there. It is a good stepping stone, to introduce Mikey. I saw Mikey Garcia fight there against Roman Martinez. No, not Roman Martinez. Yeah, I think it was. But anyway, it's a good showcase spot, especially local talent.
I
Edgar
agree.
Berlanga recently, so
And I
and the
like fighting there too. It's not too hot. It's not too hot like other
No,
arenas.
it's
The
not.
lights, when you're in the ring, the freaking lights don't burn you.
Yeah.
So it's all right.
It's a nice and it makes it look packed. It makes it look bigger. Like
Yeah, I
if
agree.
you're watching TV, it looks like a bigger arena, and it looks like it looks like a lot of people are in there, more than what is in there. So definitely nice. I mean, obviously we was there in June for the T.O. fight against Josh Taylor, and it was pretty packed. It was I don't know if it sold out. It was pretty much it was almost sold out. There was a lot of people supporting Taylor and T.O. and then Xander was on the card, so there's a lot of Puerto Ricans. And it was a Puerto Rican weekend, the Puerto Rican parade, the day of the festival.
It was pretty packed for the for Edgar's fight too.
Berlanga fought it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He fought. Was that the Quigley fight? Was that in the theater?
Yeah, Quigley. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, man. So yeah, I'm just gonna open it up for open discussion. I mean, I want to talk about yesterday. I mean, I know I don't know what's your relationship with T.O. I think the last time I spoke to you in person, you said you spoke to him or you text him or whatever. But what did you think of the fight last night?
Honestly, you want my honest opinion? I think it was.
Of course.
I could have lied though. You know what I'm saying? I could have been like everybody else. Say, listen, man, Jermaine won, but I think it was a draw of anything, bro. I'm gonna be honest, Jock. I would have called it a draw, scoring it round by round. But then again, you got to remember, we're in a new era of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going back to the politics part, that it's who makes more money. Who's gonna make me more money? I don't care if you beat him or not. Again, T.O. has the belt. You have to come and beat T.O. You can't just box T.O. You know what I'm saying? You got to come and beat him. So, Jermaine did box a beautiful fight though. And in any other show, if it wasn't in, on a top ranked card or the zone card, it was a regular, show or whatever, Jermaine would have definitely won. There was no backing him up. But it being on top rank, Teofimo's, they're both signed, but Teofimo was there longer. They can make more money off Teofimo. And it be so close, I could have seen a draw. But unanimous, I wouldn't agree with that. But Teo winning, I would agree with it. So it is what it is. Me thinking like them, I would go with that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I think neither one of them done enough to win the fight. I said it was a draw. But if I had to pick, I would have said Jermaine won that fight. He landed more shots. T.O. for a lot of that fight, he was just swinging at the air. He was just trying to land a big shot. He was just throwing big hooks. And it reminded me of the Kambosos fight. He just kept trying to land a big shot. And the one thing that I noticed in that fight with T.O., he is horrible on the front foot. If he got to come at you, he's horrible. He's a better counter puncher than him pressing the action. Every time I see him have to press the action, either he got caught and got dropped or he got beat up. So and I think Jermaine knew that, and I said that going into the fight. Both of these guys have a similar style. They both got decent footwork. They both counter punchers. The difference was T.O.'s power. And I think that was some of what Jermaine was worried about, why he wasn't as active, is because I think he was worrying about T.O.'s power. But it didn't look good. And I have to agree with what you said. They gave it to T.O. because you got to remember, T.O. just signed that new deal with Top Rank. I think he got 3 years.
If you think we're thinking like them, if I let him lose, I lose my money. So
yeah,
come on.
They just signed him to that new deal. So they was like, we got to get this to T.O. But
honestly, Jermaine's
I would have had it. I would have had it a draw.
A draw at its finest. That would have been perfect. I would have been okay with that and left.
Well, so he was on mute. What was you saying?
No, that a fair decision would have been a draw. Me personally, neither one should have won that fight. No one, to me. I mean, if we I know that boxing. I mean, stats don't really tell the story, but you know, the punches landed were about even, but just the eye test, you expect more from Teofimo, right? You know, he's on pound for pound list. You know, he's the undisputed champ, so he there's more pressure on him, right? So for him to look better than what he did, he is a stubborn person. I think him and his father, they want to be like these rebels, you know, rebels without a cause, so to speak, you know, against the establishment. They're going to do it my way. You know, a lot of people for the last couple of years, even before the Cambosos fight, has said he should have a different ear in his corner, you know, to bring out a different level to him, because you can't deny his raw talent. He's got fast hands, he got punching power, but like D said, you know, he really can't fight when he has to press. He doesn't know how to cut off the ring. I mean, Tim Bradley was saying it. You know, it was some of the best work Tim Bradley did, I think, in a long time on the mic. He was spot on last night. You know, the Sandor Martin fight, you could say he had an off night, but no, this is what he is. You know, it was basically that. And the Martin fight, he looked even worse because he got dropped. Ortiz fought scared, and I'm surprised. He looked like he was. Correct me if I'm wrong. He looked like he was 160 pounds last night. He was huge, and he fought so scared. Yeah. And I mean, I was a little cranky because the fight started like 11 something on Thursday. Me having to be up at 6 in the morning the next day, I was cranky. So I'm watching this boring ass fight, and I'm like, you don't deserve to win this belt. I'm sorry, you know, you don't deserve to go home
and that's what Tio was saying during the fight as well. He was like, "Yo, yeah, you're not gonna win this fight if just running." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just like old time back then in the old fights, if you want to, like they used to say, if the guy has a belt and you want to beat him, you got to take the belt. You can't just go and just fight how he fights. It's not gonna work that way, and it's just, you know what I'm saying? I kind of knew that was gonna happen.
And it's not pleasing to watch. I mean, it's not entertainment. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just me.
Me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like boxing, like I like in general. So, like me watching that fight, I was enjoying like the footwork of Jermaine, and I wanted to see what would Tio do to get. So it was entertaining to me because I'm thinking on a like of as a boxer. Mm-hmm. But I can see how you're saying it too, like how it was boring. It was, but I was looking at other things.
Right. He kept. I mean, he fought this smart fight, you know, and that was he stayed southpaw the whole night. You know, I mean, his coaches drew up a plan. Don't get hit by this, you know, big puncher. Yeah. Now you got to ask yourself, we haven't seen the big puncher at this weight. You know, the last time he.
Yeah, but you got to remember too, Jermaine's moving up.
Fight. Right. You know, so is he still this monster puncher at this weight?
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to talk about the only thing I was disappointed with Ortiz was I thought he could have pressed the action a little more, and he looked to be completely the bigger guy. I mean, I'm not one to look at a guy's legs, but his legs was massive in comparison to Tio's legs. Like, you know, I just don't know why he didn't exchange more. But all those exchanges, every time Tio told him to come in, I thought Ortiz won those exchanges almost every time. Like he threw his combos and like, you know, or like when he waved them in, Ortiz came up to him and they shared like a little exchange. And then, you know, Ortiz went back and, you know, moved around a little bit more after he threw like his little combo. But Tio threw like something like 10 or 11 jabs the whole fight.
Right.
Well, and he
That's
didn't take
what I was surprised
chances.
about too. Yeah. I was surprised about the jab part too.
10 or 11 jabs. He didn't throw, he didn't take chances. And you would think after the cut, which, by the way, that headbutt looked like a frustration headbutt, but that's a different story. But after the cut, you would think he would be more aggressive because all it would take is maybe one little hit, and you know the blood would have streamed, and it would have been even more difficult for Ortiz. And I think that's where Tio should have pressed the action, and he still didn't press the action. And he had from the 7th round on to the 12th. That cut was in a bad spot, but Tio didn't press the action, didn't touch the cut. And you know, and Ortiz was pretty much good and comfortable, you know, and he went with his game plan the entire fight. You know, he used his style, overcame Tio's style, and I think.
And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that cut because after that cut, and the blood was trickling down his face when he went back to his corner. I don't recall that cut bleeding ever again after that.
Because he didn't get touched. He hardly got touched. And I thought
he had
that's
an
where Theo should
amazing
have pressed
cut
the
man.
action. No, he did have a really good cut man there.
Yeah, he got a good cut man, but you got to target that cut.
Yeah.
You got to target that cut because it was in a spot where it would have blinded him in one side. Now he can't move to that side because he can't see. He only can move to one side. And T.O., I mean, like I said, he was coming forward. I think T.O., instead of T.O. was coming forward, I think he should have just stood in the center of the ring and say, okay, you're gonna have to fight me. If you don't fight me, I'm gonna win this fight easy.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go out there and press the action and try to get a knockout, and he looked bad. He looked real bad doing it.
He was following him. He was just following Ortiz, and the cut was on the right side, right?
Yep, and that's where he was circling to.
That's
the whole night.
To, and that's how many times Theo landed the right hand. Not too many.
Yeah.
That's why, So, but it was a good job by the cut man. It's not easy.
I had Ortiz winning the fight. I can understand why you guys might say it'd be a draw, and because nobody deserved it. But if they would have scored the draw, then everybody would have cried rematch, and there's no need to see a rematch because nobody wants to see it. Nobody's going to want to see that again. I thought at worst case, I thought Ortiz won the fight. I really thought his style. They had a game plan, and their game plan worked. And Ortiz and Tio had a game plan, and his didn't work. And he didn't try to, use it, or change up or anything. He wasn't aggressive, in my opinion. It's the same thing as when Shakur fought De Los Santos.
I was just about to say that. The only difference is Tio pressed the action. He was just unsuccessful. That was the only difference.
Yeah, a little bit more than De Los Santos.
Both those fights, they barely landed any. Now, what I will say is, when I saw the punch stats, there's no way in the world you're gonna tell me that Ortiz only landed 2 shots more than Tio. There's no way in the world you could tell me that. He landed way more than 2 shots more than Tio.
I think every time he came in, he did land the left hand. It wasn't effective, but he did land it, and that's why I was getting mad at the commentating because they wouldn't acknowledge that. So they obviously the commentators. I know Bradley had a good night for once, but
I thought he was good.
Yeah,
he was good.
I thought for once he had a good night, but he was kind of set up the robbery at the same time.
Well, I texted you what was going to happen.
No, we was texting back and forth. Yeah,
I told you in the 5th round. I said he is fighting to the script to get fucked.
and that's eventually what happened because I didn't have the fight close. I had an 8-4 for Jermaine.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate a 6-6.
Yeah, I mean 6-6 a draw is fine, but you had one judge. You had one judge give T.O. 9 rounds.
Yeah, that was crazy. Talking about that. It was 118, 111. That was insane.
I said that earlier when I was on Clarence show. Why is it always one judge that have the scorecards ridiculous score?
Was it
It's
Cheatham?
always one.
I know why.
Was it Cheatham? How are you going to be a judge and your name is Cheatham?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know why they be making that mistake though, bro.
Why?
The same reason everybody's saying the fight was boring, right? He fell asleep. That's the only thing you can say. So he just woke up and wrote a number down.
He fell asleep and Top Rank said just, keep checking.
Right.
He went to sleep and woke up and said, T.O. won.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
That might be.
He looked at Tio's face. Tio had no cuts. Jermaine had cuts. He was like, yeah, Tio won.
I'm like, it's always one judge. Every single fight is all the other judges. You be like, okay, I can see what they might have been looking at. Then you see the one judge, you be like, okay, what the fuck was he looking at?
Yeah.
What was he looking at? There's no way in the world you scored that fight last night 111 or 117. There's no way in the world for either side.
Right.
For either side, there's no way in the world you score like that.
I had 116, 112. Leave me alone, Jermaine Ortiz. But
okay. But okay, so is there any responsibility on Ortiz to know that he is the B side and that you have to close, especially the last 3 rounds? I thought he really didn't perform.
Well, except the 12th round. I thought Jermaine won the 12th round. I thought that was an easy round.
I thought the 12th round. I'm gonna be honest with you. I watched the 12th round again. I thought Tio won that 12th round. Honestly, I think he landed the more effective shots.
I think
I
he only
think so
landed like
too.
one punch that round. I mean, I thought Jermaine won that 12th round.
And this guy scored a draw at the end, Kriegel, and he had Ortiz up.
Yeah,
most of the
118,
fight.
118. Yep, that's true.
So
And he gave Ortiz, he gave Tio the last 3 rounds too.
Yep.
So
I don't know. I thought Ortiz won the last round, but I mean, it doesn't matter. I will say this before you go, Sock, and Sock, I hope Tio shows up next Friday and you can ask him this because I don't want to talk to him. But I hope you ask him this because he made a comment and he said Puerto Ricans are easy and that he eats them. And he fought Jermaine Ortiz, and that did not look like an easy fight or somebody that was talking really confident of how he was going to eat a Puerto Rican fighter, and he didn't even show it. No aggressiveness at all. So I hope you can ask him that.
Well, he
Friday.
was aggressive. He was aggressive.
No, he was aggressive. It just wasn't
Aggressive
effective.
swinging for the fences. He almost fell out of the ring.
It just wasn't effective. He was aggressive. It just wasn't effective.
Yeah, I mean, he's what? How many fights does Lopez have? Does he have 20 fights?
Ortiz
had 19.
He
was 17-1-1.
And Teofimo has what?
20.
About
right?
20. Yeah, they both, yeah.
Teofimo, I mean, I know you can't. I know they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but he still doesn't know how to cut off the ring. And we've seen that. Canelo doesn't either. Canelo doesn't. It's a lost art. It's a lost art. I mean, to me, since I've been watching boxing, the best at that was Chavez Sr., and he fought a lot of movements.
Yeah, he did.
It's a lost art, to guide your man to where he can't escape, and this guy was just following a straight line.
You know what his problem was? You know what his problem was?
Talk to me.
He had Ortiz trapped on the ropes and trapped in the corner multiple times. What his problem was, he kept swinging for the head. If he would have swung for the body, if he would have swung a left hook or a right hook to the body, he would have caught Ortiz every time because Ortiz was just ducking and dipping out.
Yeah.
He would dip to the right every time. He would duck and dip out to the right every single time. All he had to do was swing to the body.
Mm-hmm.
He would have swung to the body. He would have caught Ortiz every time as he tried to leave out.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. And he wouldn't have the legs that he had towards the end. There was no body shots at all. That's part of the, the thing is, he's just stubborn, and I don't think, I think it's that me against the world attitude, and I think he's gonna fall short. He's got talent to be an all-time great, but I think from the neck up, there's not much there.
No.
I got my opinions on that. I will not.
And actually, his father, he was giving him some decent instructions. He told him stop swinging one shot at a time. Give him combination. And T.O. wasn't listening. Once again, he wasn't listening. He just kept swinging one shot. And then it just wasn't working. I'm like, if Ortiz can just put some combination together and just stand there and say, you know what? You're going to have to hurt me in order for me to move out the way. If Ortiz could have just said, I need you to hurt me at least once before I move, I think Ortiz would have won that fight.
Yeah.
You almost wonder if the cards were made, after the weigh-in.
Well, what do you think? Obviously Jermaine, he's going to have to go to the drawing board. He's going to have to look to work his way back up. But where does Tio go from here?
Don't fight southpaws. Don't fight.
Well, we know he's not going towards Keyshawn because he told Keyshawn he got to get a belt first. So he's not doing that. And he go ahead and try and get Bud if he wants to. Bud is going to finish him within 4 rounds. He's going to get knocked out within 4 rounds.
And that fight's not going to happen because he changed his tune at the end of the fight. And he said a catch weight.
Yeah. Right, 45.
Yeah. But so before he had no problem 147, fighting Bud, and now he changed the catch weight. So it's obvious he's not fighting Bud. He wants nothing to do with Bud. I'd be very shocked if that happened. So
if he get in there with Bud, I'm putting a house on Bud, and I never bet on Bud before, but I will put my house on Bud. My house, my car, my mother's house, my sister's house, my brother. I'm putting everything on Bud.
I'm about to.
Oh man, what you call it? So I mean, all the other 140 champions besides one guy is available. You know, Isaac Cruz is going to take on Rolly, and then we'll talk about the other guy in a minute. But Matias is the only one looking for a deal. It doesn't look like he's going to get a top ranked deal from what I've heard, and that's what he would need in order to get Tio. Supposedly the word is that they were offering him maybe a 1-fight deal, but you know, Tio wasn't on it. So I think Matias, the latest we heard is that it's a matchroom deal and that he's going to maybe get a fight in Puerto Rico. But I don't think anything is set in stone yet. And Sak, I want to go to you. I don't know what you think, and maybe this is something we can ask Ricardo when we see him next week, because he kind of like led on, but he didn't say no names or specifics as far as like, you know, what Matias and his team were looking to do. And he kind of said from what I took, it looked like he was trying to say that he was looking for like a multi-fight deal. So.
Yeah, I mean, how old? He's 30 something, right?
31.
31. And guys at that weight tend to age a little quicker. You know, he fights in a fan-friendly style.
Mm-hmm.
Salute Renee, and to your new baby girl.
Congratulations to my man Renee. Had a new baby girl a couple days ago.
I mean, he fights in a fan-friendly style. I mean, probably him and Beterbiev are probably like the best TV fighters right now. You know, at least for the mainstream. I think that him and Tio is a nice fight. Their styles mesh well, you know, and now it's even more interesting because I don't know if Tio's the same puncher at 40. You know, so I don't think he can bang it out with Matias.
Yeah.
I mean that would be a good fight because Matias will fight the style that Tio needs because he likes fighters that come forward.
Yeah.
And now the question is, would Tio be able to stand up to some of the punches that Matias is going to hit him with? That's the question because Matias is going to hit him. Now Tio is going to tee off on Matias because Matias used his face as his guard, but he is gonna land some punches.
Yeah.
So it makes for an interesting fight, but I don't know if Tio takes that fight.
Yeah. Well, I think before Facio, you give your opinion on this. I think what Top Rank needs to do after seeing what happened last night, I think Top Rank needs to offer Matias a 3-fight deal and put Tio as fight number 1 in June in the Garden against Tio at the day of the Puerto Rican Festival. We know the Puerto Rican Day Parade is the next day, and that's what Top Rank needs to do, you know, because I think they turned off a lot of people. This is the second straight Thursday fight they had, and the card beside the main event is stunk. So in my opinion, this is what I think Top Rank needs to do, and I think that's a fight that needs to happen right now.
Hey, he's a Puerto Rican, and Tio say he eats them.
It would sell, and it wouldn't be in the theater. It'd be in the big house. It would sell out in the big.
Yeah, that day is Puerto Rican Day weekend. Yeah,
I would do it the day of the festival. The festival's Saturday. The Puerto Rican Day Parade is Sunday. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
I agree, and I would like to be on that card if that happens.
That would be dope.
It would only be right, bro. It would only be right, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know what Matias. I don't know what Matias is doing because, like I say, I heard Antoine call him out multiple times now, and he hasn't acknowledged Antoine.
Antoine is a dog, bro. I wouldn't even leave Antoine alone, bro.
I mean, it would be a hell of a fight because both of those guys like to fight on the inside. I mean,
I got Antoine stopping him.
Wow.
Of course, I got Antoine stopping him.
He's related to Ofacio. He's related to Antoine. And Ofacio, I got a question.
Who's related to Antoine?
The Puerto Rican card.
I am.
He is.
Oh, yeah, remember you told me that the last time.
Yeah.
But,
I might have to take your Puerto Rican card, Ofacio.
I think
yeah, bro,
that would be a hell of a
Puerto
fight.
Rican, bro, but it's like you gotta be fair, bro. Like
I know.
Fan as well. I'm a boxing fan as well, so I'm not biased at all. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. I'm breaking balls. But
I'm about to
You going for Nova? You going for Nova tomorrow?
I'm gonna go for Nova, but I have no problem with O'Shaquie.
No, I'm talking about Thomas. He going for Nova tomorrow.
Yeah,
I like Nova. I like Nova. I'm questioning him moving up in weight. Now I know he's going to be stronger. The thing is, I know O'Shaquie is a better boxer than Nova. He's a better boxer. Now Nova, he does have good boxing skills. I just don't know how it compares to O'Shaquie, because O'Shaquie is a different level, and I'm favoring O'Shaquie, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nova wins. But I'm favoring O'Shaquie because I think O'Shaquie's been in bigger fights and he had better competition. Supernova, he had some decent opponents, but I don't think they was the level that O'Shaquie has faced.
So real quick, let me read what Renee has to say. Renee says, just because you're Rican doesn't make someone your brother. You ain't come out my mom's hole. Some Ricans need to get slapped. Yeah, very well said, Renee, who's also half Dominican as well. But yeah, it's all good, Renee. But I'm just saying, in all fairness, I'm rooting for Nova. I like O'Shaquie, but I think O'Shaquie Foster's going to win the fight. So rooting and who I pick is two different things. I could cheer for a fight, and that doesn't mean I'm going to be. If Matias was to fight Devin Haney, I'd pick Devin Haney to win. I like Devin Haney, but I would root for Matias just a little bit more. I have no problem for the outcome. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm biased as far as who I cheer for, but who I pick and who I think is going to win, that's totally different. I'm honest when it comes to that. So
you guys going to be there for the win?
My man Federico, what's good, Federico?
Yeah, you're going to be there for the win?
I'm going to try to be there for the weigh-in. I'll see.
We can get something live, maybe a live interview or something.
Okay. The other fighter I was referring to, I just want to bring it up. I don't know if any of you seen this, but a fight has been made, and I'm just going to show a clip. It looks like this
Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney,
and Devin Haney.
You're not my friend. Your dad's a pimp and he pimping you. Your dad a pimp and he pimping you. I'm gonna beat 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 you. Pussy. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. I'm reading everything. You suck. You suck. You suck. Suck. I already know you whack now. Your dad can't talk for you. Your dad can't save you.
Everybody know you really whack, nigga. You're whack.
I'm up with something
you're
better,
whack.
bro.
No, you're
Hit
whack.
me, bro. That was whack.
Okay.
That was whack. You soft, bro. You soft.
I never
been
soft.
Soft.
I never been soft.
We seen that video when Tank beat your ass.
Okay.
Floyd showed me. He had your ass.
I beat the shit out of Tank.
Oh, stop. I seen the video. Remember that? I seen the video. I seen the video. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. You look like a ghost right now, bro. Ghost, you getting hell for real, bro. You getting hell for real.
Are you crazy?
Are you crazy? You are so soft. I can see it. Your breath is just. I can hear you. You're not like that, bro.
You're not like that. You're not like that.
The fear is
You're not
getting
like
to you.
that.
The fear is getting to you. 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 I told you you're gonna feel some fear, right? Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you you're gonna feel some fear you ain't felt? No.
First off, bro, I don't know why he mentioned Tank, bro. That was whack, bro. Yo, bro, let me tell you something, bro. One thing I would never do is try to gain clout off sparring, bro. That is whack, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is whack. Half of the time you in the ring working on shit like that shit don't make no sense. And not only that, the fact that you're talking about somebody else sparring him and that was not you, and you're trying to get credit off what he did is crazy, bro.
I agree,
bro.
Yeah.
That is so
knocked you out, by the way, or you quit.
Yeah, like how about if he would have said that? Like, yeah, but you got dropped by him and you lost to him. Like, that's crazy, bro.
I laughed so hard at that because Ryan has been in position to be called a mandatory twice. He had the fight in negotiations. He pulled out of the fight. Now Rolly pulled out of his fight, so he had to go back to Devin Haney. I just find it funny that you acting like you wanted to fight the whole time when you was the one that pulled away from the fight. Devin's been trying to fight you for about 3 years now. He's been trying to fight him.
My man Federico, this look like two kings arguing like Comic-Con, famous dead. Renee should be corny.
Hey, brother, I'm about to head out of here.
All right.
My phone's already literally on 7. I don't know why my charger's not working, bro.
Oh, well, all right. Well, I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you guys for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Hopefully, fight night, and if not, we could get another interview after.
Absolutely.
I see you guys by weighing.
I weigh in and at the fight, either or.
Yes,
definitely next Friday we're in there.
Hell yeah, for sure, bro. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys then. Yo,
all right,
Sock, thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for the interview.
Sleep well, champ.
Thanks.
Take
care, bro.
Peace.
Let me just go over some of these comments real quick. Federico Haney definitely going to win. My man Klein says this was crazy. My man Brandon was good. Brandon, I'd be on both like Michael Jackson on the Cub Scout. Yo, Brandon is a funny guy. Oh man, D-Free, where was you? They needed a popo down there.
I'd have sat there and watched.
Great job, D-Free. How you feel about the manager talking more than the artist? Diddy vibes.
I like to see Ryan try to look hard. It's comical to me.
I got another clip. Let me play this other clip. This was like kind of like the after the push. This was pretty. It got a little intense. Bill got into this real quick. Hold on.
As long as I'm clear, I'm straight. Remember that.
Just about to run. Turn your back.
Don't play that crazy shit. You don't play over here, my nigga. I know you're trying to run my guard. You don't notice that. Remember that.
Knock it off.
Remember that. Where? Where? We about to fight. Are you an idiot? Are you an idiot? We're about to fight. You're stupid. You're literally stupid.
Where did she go back? Where'd you go that way?
What you mean? We can do it right here. We can do it right here. We can do it right the fuck here.
Why'd you go that way?
We can do it right the fuck here. We can do it right here. I'm right here.
Why'd you run that way? Why'd you hurt? You just hurt.
We can do it right here. We can do it right here. Now what's up? Now what's up, motherfucker? What's up? You ain't got him. Got him. Let's go back. Got him. Got him.
Back up. What's happening? What's happening? You should have controlled that. Get your man. What's happening, man? What's happening, man? What's happening, man? Get your man. What's happening, man? You should have backed up. Get back. Get back. Take your right hand.
I got 2 things real quick. 2 things. One, I think both these were taken off of Ryan's Instagram. So Ryan posted these. From what I saw, I think I've seen it in other Instagram posts, but I think Ryan had it on his personal Instagram. That was his. 2, don't you love it when you're beefing with somebody and you push the bodyguard and you push the other guy instead of the guy you're trying to get after? Did you notice that? He kept pushing the bodyguard. That was hysterical. Like they act like they're gonna want to fight. They want to fight, but they're not trying to fight. They're pushing the bodyguard. But
I'm trying. Who was he trying to get at? That's what I was trying to see.
I don't know. What do you think, Sock?
I think Bill needs to work on his bull rush or a swim move. Like he like Chase Young. He just ran into the block.
Speaking of, I hope that's Chase Young all day.
Yeah.
You gotta swap that down.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
yo, Federico's
hit him with the spin move or something. You just going straight forward.
Yeah.
That nigga like 400 pounds.
He said Devin Haney's gonna finish his story like Cody. But what do you think? What do you think, D-Free? What did you think of that altercation?
Was that like a Target?
I
have no idea what that was. I don't think they said where it was. It looked like a warehouse or some shit.
Yeah, based off of looking at that altercation, I think I can't wait to see the press conference. I got to see them niggas face to face, see what happened when they face to face. Because somebody going to get pushed in the press conference. Somebody going to get pushed.
Well, I don't know if they're going to let them. They just pushed each other now in the public. I don't think they're going to let them get that close in the face-off.
They got to. They got to let them take pictures.
The press conference is going to be great. I mean, I'm excited for the fight. I think it's a good fight.
I think Devin Haney going to beat the snot out of Ryan Garcia.
I think so too. I think Haney's going to win. I think Ryan will have some moments in the fight. you know, I kind of like this Ryan. I mean, he's not afraid to fight anybody. It seems like he signed to fight Tank at the catch weight or whatever, and now he's fighting Devin Haney. You know, obviously Devin Haney's going to be a big favorite, but I'm excited for the fight. I think Ryan's got a shot. I mean, he's got to land something, right? He's got to land something and get his respect. And you know,
you're not beating Devin Haney with just a left hook. You can't beat Tank with just a left hook. You can't beat Devin Haney with just a left hook. Both of those fighters love to take your best weapon away from you. You're not beating Devin Haney with just a left hook. You better develop a right hand.
Or a jab. I mean, the guy that tall with that enhanced speed. I mean, you think, you know, he should have it.
That's another. Why nobody taught this man how to throw a jab? He got fast hands, but he don't know how to throw a jab. What good is your left hook if you don't have nothing to disguise the left hook?
Well, who's his trainer now? Spencer's trainer, Derek James. You would have to think like he's got to be motivated for this fight as well as a trainer. You know, coming off the year he had, right? So I mean, there's a lot of interesting storylines that could be played up with this fight. I mean, Derek James is you know, he's gonna you got to feel he's gonna come up with a good game plan as well, and be motivated for this fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not getting in the ring, but after the year he kind of had, you know, I was saying. So I mean, I give anybody a chance when they step in the ring. I give Ryan a little bit of a chance. Obviously, Haney's a big favorite, but
and he can punch.
Yeah, you know, and he can punch. I mean, you never know if you get lucky and land something. You know, so.
But we'll see. I mean, we have about 2 months for that.
It's in April, correct? April 20th, 420.
Yeah, April. Yeah, it's 420.
420.
Niggas gonna be high as hell at the goddamn in Vegas. Cause I know they're gonna put it in Vegas. They're gonna be high as shit.
And that's good because that's Haney's hometown.
Matter of fact, G5, make sure you got up because you ain't gonna be able to see nothing because you're gonna smoke yourself under the table. I know G5, Crush, Southern C, they all gonna smoke themselves under the table for this fight. They gotta have the big screen up because they're gonna be laying down. They ain't gonna be able to see shit.
Hey Clarence, I check your email. I didn't get anything, so I didn't get the credentials. Today was the day to get them. So
yeah, I didn't get nothing either.
Yeah, so I'm going to the fight still because I got tickets, but yeah, Sock got the hookup because I think are you going to be in the corner?
Yes,
Sock is working the corner. Well, I don't know if you're really working the corner. You're just there for show. But Sock will be in the corner of Ofacio for that fight, so you might see him on TV. You know,
all I'm gonna see from Sock, all I want to see from Sock is we're going to scissors.
Obviously, he's referring to the video I put with Maelo when he got the knockout.
That's all I want to hear. We're going to scissors.
We used to say that to the Little League kids when we won a Little League game when we was coaching, right? I think that's where we got it from. We used to do it, say it then.
White man can't jump.
White man can't jump too, right. But I know we definitely said it when we used to coach the kids.
That's it. Yeah. No scissors, baby.
And the kids will look at us like we're crazy as shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Ryan Tank Davis just responded to Ryan Garcia using his name for the Devin Haney altercation.
What he said?
I didn't see what he said. They just said Tank Davis snapped back at Ryan Garcia for using his name in the Devin Haney altercation.
Wow.
Well, it's not Davis no more.
It's what is it? What is his name?
Abdul Wahid.
Interesting.
Abdul Tank Wahid.
Okay. He said, my man Clarence said that I'll be at the Shushu Media Workout Tuesday afternoon at Cops and Kids. Yeah, I'm thinking about going to that as well.
It's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, in Brooklyn. Yeah. Shoot. So he posted it on his social media feeds as well. So Shushu, yeah, I'm thinking about going to that as well. Sock, we'll talk behind the scenes. I think was going to hit up Ricardo as well to see if we see Brian Chevalier as well. I think he mentioned to us last week. So yeah, but yeah, we talk about that as well. But yeah, man, it's interesting week of fights. I mean, of fight news. You want to say? I don't know fights per se. Keyshawn looked good yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Keyshawn, he called out T.O. I wonder if they make that fight, he'd have to move up in weight.
He said he'd move up.
Yeah.
He said, I ain't worried about 140.
I think Keyshawn is good, but I don't think he's that good, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about Keyshawn.
I think he's good. I think he's good enough to be able to beat T.O.
Yeah,
I think he's good enough to be able to beat T.O. because Keyshawn is a counter puncher too.
Yeah.
Now but see, the thing with Keyshawn is he knows when to press the action and when not to. That's the difference between him and T.O. T.O. don't know when and when not to. T.O. only knows press the action or not press the action. He don't know how to change it up in the fight. It's either he's going to press the action the whole fight or he's not going to press the action the whole fight. Keyshawn knows how to switch it up during the fight. And that's the difference between the two. And I think Keyshawn defense is a little bit better than T.O. The problem that T.O. has, he's all athletic. He doesn't have the fundamentals. He's not fundamentally sound. He's all athletic. And when that athleticism go away, what do you got to fall back on? And so that's what I think the problem is with T.O. He's so giftedly athletic that he's like, I don't need to worry about the technique because my athleticism is going to carry me the way. And that's the same thing that Roy Jones had. And then when he wasn't athletic no more, it disappeared. He couldn't do nothing. He was getting beat by guys that he normally wouldn't get beat by. And I think that's the problem that T.O. has. He's too athletic, and he's like, I don't have to worry about the technique because I'm athletic. Keyshawn, he's athletic as well, but he's fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
So he don't have to worry about just depending on his athleticism. He can say, you know what, I can just stand here, jab you, and move around the ring, or I can press the action and use my defense when you swing back. So I think Keyshawn is good enough to be able to beat T.O. Is he ready for T.O. right now? I don't know. I don't know if he's ready for him right now, but I would love to see it.
It's interesting. I wonder if he's having trouble maintaining 35. You know,
It might be.
for him to make that jump. That's
I mean, I know they exchanged some words at the press conference and stuff. You know, so and I guess piggybacking. I don't think that fight happens. At least not now. I
mean, that division is loaded. That and 140, and you know he's good friends with Shakur, so maybe that could be a reason why he wants to move up. Maybe get away, and you know take that fight before maybe Shakur. Well, who knows what Shakur is doing these days?
Yeah, I don't think Bob going to make that fight right now because they just signed T.O. to that new deal. They don't want T.O. to lose right now, and Keyshawn is a prospect that they're trying to push, and I don't think they don't want Keyshawn to lose right now. So I don't think they make that fight, but I would love to see them make that fight though.
Yeah, true. What's good, Southern T? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Southern T?
Maybe I mean I don't know because the Pedraza win is a type of win that like it's kind of like part of the script when you're building up a prospect, right?
Yeah,
a guy with a name with a lot of mileage. I didn't expect him to blow him out like that. Kudos to him. Pedraza is definitely on his way out. Maybe somebody like I don't know, maybe Richard Comey's next, or what's his name?
Nakatomi.
That's interesting because that he's gonna have to be a thinker in there.
Yeah.
That's a tough fight. Or maybe Jamal Herring.
Yeah, that's because Jamal Herring is back, and that'll be a good matchup. Yeah.
Is Jamal Herring at 35 or is he at 30?
He's at 35.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's at 35 now. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Herring fight's got to be easy to make.
Yeah, I mean
but I don't think Herring. I think is a free agent. He's not. I don't think he's with Top Rank.
No, he's not with Top Rank. He's a free agent because remember he had retired and he just came back.
Muratala's another one. He's a beast.
But yeah, that the Jamel Herring fight, that would be an easy fight to be made because they know each other. They from the same camp.
Exactly.
So that would be an easy fight to be made. I don't know if they make that fight because I don't know how strong their friendship bond is because we all know if they friends, they ain't fighting them because we see him and Shakur, we like brothers, we ain't fighting.
Yeah.
So I don't know how strong their friendship bond is if they decide to go after him.
But I wonder if Herring is still with that camp. I don't think he's
not. No, Bomac dropped him after after the Shakur fight. Right after the Shakur fight, Bomac dropped him.
He wasn't winning with the Ortiz fight?
No.
Because he fought Ortiz after, right?
Nope. He dropped him right after the Shakur fight.
Okay. Muratala's another guy that's there. I mean, it's a few fighters there. I mean, I wonder. I mean, that's top rank guys, but you got other guys in the division.
I would love to see that Raymond Muratalo versus Keyshawn. I would love to see that.
That'd be a great fight. I'm interested to see who Frank Martin's going to fight. I mean, that's another guy that hasn't fought in a while. In that division. Obviously, Tank, we're waiting to see who he fights. I mean, there's a bunch of named guys there and solid, good fighters. How good are they? We're not going to know until we see them in the ring.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Frank Martin. That name been floating around for a minute. Keyshawn haven't pulled the trigger on that because Frank Martin won that fight. He won either Keyshawn or Shakur. He won either one of those guys.
I think that's a great fight, and I'm telling you right now, I'm picking Frank over Keyshawn. I'm still not.
Oh yeah.
I'm still not impressed with Keyshawn. I really am. I really am not.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking Frank over Keyshawn. Now, if he was fighting Shakur, I was leaning towards Shakur. He's been in bigger fights. He's a little more. His defense is harder to crack than it is for Keyshawn. Keyshawn, he have holes where he can be touched, and I think Frank Martin's footwork and boxing ability is better than Keyshawn. Or maybe Keyshawn get the Andy Cruz fight.
That's the fight that I would want to see. They fought each other in the Olympic Games and stuff a few times, and Andy Cruz seemed to have his number. But I just don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. They're different promotions, and I don't see that happen. That's a fight I would love to see because I think Andy Cruz beats him again. Even though in the Olympics, the last one, I thought Keyshawn beat him in the last one, and they gave it to Andy Cruz. So.
Yeah, they moving Andy Cruz kind of quick because he already got a belt.
Or like make one of those intercontinental belts or something like those
something like that. Yeah, he got that his last fight. He only got 2 fights and he already got a belt.
I mean, with guys in the Olympics, I have no problem with that. That come out the Olympics, I have no problem them fighting for it. I mean, look, Loma was in the amateurs forever. Keyshawn, another Olympian, and I think he deserves to get up there in the rankings as well. I have no problem with Olympians getting title shots quick. I have no problem with that. I don't
have no problem with it. My only problem is I think Abdullah Mason is better than all of them, and they ain't giving this man no credit.
Yeah, well, he's 19 years old. I think we just need a little bit more time with him. But yeah, he's definitely the future of that division. He's a monster. Hold on, Dub. What's good, Dub? I'll add Dub real quick. We're gonna. I'm sorry. My bad. We're gonna go talk a little bit football. We'll come back to boxing too, but let me. I love when he says this. I'm not gonna lie, and respectfully, but yeah, go ahead, D3.
I was gonna say that left hook that he caught that guy with. Oh my God! It looked like he was waiting for that opening all night. I mean, it was only 2 rounds, but it looked like he was waiting for that moment.
But you see the angle he threw it?
Yes.
Oh my God!
He unloaded.
Like he loaded, like he turned his ankle, like it's like the way he threw that punch and just dropped him. Like that was sick.
He threw the punch like, if it lands, I know he's going to sleep. I know he's going to sleep. If this punch lands, he's going to sleep.
What's good, Dub Right Side? How you doing, bro?
Man, what up, family, man? Thank y'all for allowing me. I gotta say it early. Shout out to my brother TD, man. Shout out to my brother D Free. Shout out to and I don't want to say your name wrong, respectfully. I don't want to say your name wrong. Soros. Is it Soros?
No.
Soros.
I
wish I had that bastard's money.
I told you respect. I'm gonna fuck it up. Man. Shout out to y'all, man. Good. Much love and respect.
I tried to do this before. His name is Socrates, and I try to help D Free. What we call him in the neighborhood here, we call him Kiko. Kiko, or like whichever one works. You could just call him Sock.
Sock is the best thing you can say. Hey, if you say Sock, then at least that put me in the range of being correct. That put me in the range.
It was good. It was good. G5 Gabe, what's going on, bro? Thanks for coming through.
What's good? Good work earlier, man. Good work.
Thank you. Yeah, man. You guys, I mean, you was here, Dub. I don't know if you saw Fossil was here earlier. He's fighting next week on the undercard. We had him on a little bit earlier. We just been talking about, the fight yesterday, the fights yesterday, and the big news in boxing this week and stuff like that. So,
well, this is the thing. Going into the fight yesterday, I don't know. I got a little feedback. Is that me? That might be me.
I think that's you. Yeah, we have technical difficulties, respectfully, for the right side. I have to do it. I love when he says that. I'm not gonna lie. I love when he says that. But yeah. Wow. Go ahead, Gabe.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You cleared it
up. Hey, I mean, I broke it down earlier. Man, everything that I expected to see in the fight yesterday from Tio and Jermaine Ortiz happened. I picked Jermaine Ortiz to win the fight. I bet BVO $100 on it. I lost that money. Shout out to BVO. But I was absolutely correct about what was going to happen in the fight when I said that Tio struggles. He struggles when he has to be first. Mm-hmm. Tio struggles with certain styles, and he struggles when he has to be first. We watched that all night against Jermaine Ortiz. People told me that you don't understand what Jermaine Ortiz is going to do because we watched him come forward. No. I watched Jermaine Ortiz come forward against Lomachenko. That's how you beat Lomachenko, because you got to be first against Lomachenko. You got to make sure that he can't be on the front foot. That's how you beat him. Against Teofimo Lopez, and what I said was Jermaine Ortiz is going to make it a tough fight. He's going to fight on the back foot. He's going to counterpunch. He's gonna force Tio to be first. And when Tio has to be first, Tio struggles. And we seen that. We watched that happen the entire fight. That's what we watched. Now, the judges scored it one way. I had it 8-4 for Jermaine Ortiz. I'm not gonna call. I will call. I think it was a robbery, but at the same time, you got to beat the champion. I didn't think that Jermaine Ortiz beat the champion, but he made it as difficult as you can make it for a champion, and looked very good in that fight. Landed more punches. Dictated as far as when we talk about ring generalship, he was the one who dictated that ring generalship. I don't know if it goes into the scoring criteria. I think you got to give it to Jermaine Ortiz, but the judges gave it to Teofimo Lopez. I have no problem with it. Only thing I have a problem with is 117 to 111. Bullshit. Yeah. I'm calling it now. And anybody who's seen it that way don't know what the fuck you're looking at as far as boxing go, in my opinion. And I'll pass the mic after that.
Go ahead, Gabe.
Respectfully, my guy. Nah, but I see why T.O. don't want to fight Tank or Devin. He is not good on his front foot. And every time he comes forward, he comes in with his hands down. I'm like, oh man, he he gonna get knocked out soon. It's a matter of time.
It's going to be the right
Um,
puncher that's going to catch him. You're right.
he gonna get knocked out. If he fight Devin, Devin probably will drop him, and Tank gonna knock him out because he gonna run right into it, coming in with his hands down, and sometimes he'll stick his head out like he's tired. And I'm like, bro, okay, like he want to be a showman, but he really don't have the defense. But I do feel like Jermaine Ortiz. So like the first 7 rounds is like it was the same thing. Like Jermaine Ortiz will stick the jab out. He'll get T.O. to react, catch him, turn, reset, rinse, wash, repeat. And I'm like, bro, he just bagging rounds. And then I'm like, shit, it's only like 5 rounds left. And
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't no way. Even if you win the last 5, you still lose. Cause I'm like, T.O. really wasn't doing it. Then I ain't like, he was frustrated because he pointed at the crowd. He running. Come on, man, come on. I'm like, come on, okay. I know you're frustrated. You been deviated straight from your game plan, everything. And this game plan really wasn't working. So I'm like, I don't like it's up and down with T.O. Like he looked real good against Josh Taylor. Then you seen the Sandor Martin fight. Now you see this fight. It's like people say, which TO are you gonna get? I don't know. And if he keep doing what he doing coming forward, he gonna get knocked out. Do that against Matias or Gary Antoine or somebody. Keep coming forward with your hands down.
But this the problem, G5. If he fight a Matias, if he fight a Antoine Russell, it falls into his wheelhouse. And the reason I say that is because Matias, Antoine Russell, they come forward fighters. Tio doesn't struggle when you come forward against him. He doesn't struggle there. He struggles when he has to be first. And so he's a counter puncher by nature, and he's gonna be able to counter these guys. Now, does the power translate? That's the question that we still got to see. But at the same time, outside of the power, he's gonna be touching these guys up. The reason being is because this is his wheelhouse. This is what he does well. And so when I picked I bet BVO $100. I put my money on goddamn Ortiz. The reason being is because I said that Ortiz gonna give Tio a fight that Tio don't want. He's not gonna be successful at. He's gonna fight off the back foot. He's gonna make Tio be first, and you're gonna watch Tio struggle to be first in the fight. And that's what we saw. We saw all of that. The only thing is that the judges and Tio re-signed a contract. So Bob said, "No, we're not gonna fuck the money man up. We're not gonna fuck the money man up." That's what we
Yeah,
seen.
that's why I say he lose to Tank Davis because Tank Davis is a counter puncher as well, and Tank Davis doesn't come forward. He comes forward once he gets you hurt. Other than
Yeah,
that, Tank Davis don't come forward.
Yeah.
He makes you come forward, and
he
Tio
makes
gonna
you
walk.
make the fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gonna walk Tio right into a left hook or a left uppercut or something. He's gonna walk Tio right into it. That's the problem. That's why T.O. won't fight Tank Davis because he's not going to win against Tank Davis because
Yeah.
he has to
And,
be first
and,
against Tank.
and just speaking on what D Free just said, the reason Devin will be shit out of T.O. is because once again, Devin gonna make T.O. be first. Devin
Yeah.
don't have to be first in that fight.
Yeah.
He got the longer jab, he got the longer reach, so he's gonna sit behind that jab, make T.O. be first. Jermaine Ortiz didn't even sit behind his jab in that fight. He didn't sit behind it.
No.
You understand? He just said, "No, fuck it. If you're gonna win this fight, walk me down, cut the ring off."
Well, I was just
And
that's what I was disappointed in. And sorry, Doug,
no, you
disappointed
good,
in.
you good.
I was disappointed in Ortiz was because of that, because the straight left hand was there for him
It was
every
there,
time,
and he
and he
didn't use
did
it.
not
He
he
didn't
didn't throw
use
it.
it. He didn't use it at all. He didn't
And
use
that's
it.
what frustrated me watching Ortiz in that fight, because it was
Agreed.
there. It was there the whole fight.
Agreed. I agree. I agree. It,
Um,
And
it,
a couple of times that he did throw it, he was snapping T.O. head back.
yeah.
He was snapping his head back.
but the thing was I think Jermaine Ortiz came in there, and although once again I thought he won the fight, still you got to go and you got to utilize your skill set against Tio. He's the bigger fighter, Jermaine Ortiz. He's the bigger fighter. He's the longer fighter. Utilize that jab, and then utilize o- outside of the jab that you're going to use, especially when you're fighting from the southpaw position. Utilize the jab, utilize the straight left, and then make Tio continuously come forward. You didn't do that. What you did was uh you pop shot it here and there, but at the same time you utilize lateral movement and made Tio miss. Is that a scoring criteria in boxing? Yes, defense is a scoring criteria in boxing.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At the same time, ring generalship, in my opinion, when you have a fighter who's coming forward pressing you, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win the ring generalship of it, and so you got to balance that out. And I think that Jermaine Ortiz, there were certain things he didn't take advantage of, but I did. I still had him winning the fight. I thought he won the fight.
And on cue, Mr. Dub, right side. Look who's here.
Well, we know.
BBO.
We know BVO don't know shit about boxing, so he could come through. He could come through, but and get shout out to BVO. I paid my dues. He we had a bet on that fight. I bet Ortiz. He bet Tio. It was $100 bet. He took the money. He took the money, and I ain't got no problem with it. All I'm saying is that anybody who watched that fight understood that if you know anything about boxing, Jermaine Ortiz was the one. He was the more effective fighter. Tio couldn't cut the ring off, and it's so sad to see it. But this is a skill set that we've always said you got to have to be a elite fighter. You got to be able to cut the ring off. We criticized Boots against Karen when he couldn't cut the ring off, right? We criticized Boots, but all some type of way. Uh, uh, Jermaine Ortiz lands more punches, uh, um, uh, regardless of what more jab, he lands more punches overall. In some type of way, Tio wins the fight. What? What are we doing? What are we talking about right now?
Sock, you got anything on this? I want to.
I mean, look, like I said, I gave my opinion earlier. I mean, to me, it was you could flip a coin. Which fight was worse, Shakur and De Los Santos, or this one? I think this one had a little bit more intrigue because so as of right now, as far as worst fight of the year, Shakur is definitely in the lead. It's only February, but Shakur definitely wins he wins the NyQuil award as of right now. He's the lead. But this one was trash too. To me, it was boring. Especially when you come on at 11. What time were the ring walks? East
I
Coast.
think it was around 11:30.
Oh my God!
Eastern time. Eastern time.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Trash.
Yeah,
It was trash.
later than a
The fight
motherfucker.
was ass because I mean, like you said earlier, and I said it as well. He was the bigger guy, and he was fighting so scared, and yes, I understand he has a game plan, but you have to realize who you are. Somebody in the corner has to, you're the B side. He's with Top Rank co-promotional, but he's a regional guy. He's with Jimmy Birchfield, a regional guy out of the New England area. So for him to win that fight, he had to put Tio down more than once. You know, to me there has to be a sense of urgency in the corner. You know that you have the deck stacked against you, and regardless, whatever you think of Teofimo, he's a bozo. But he is the name. He is the champ. He draws ratings, and like I didn't know that he re-upped this deal with Top Rank, so that's another reason. So what's next for Ortiz?
Hey, real quick, Sock. Let me ask you a quick question,
Mhm.
Sock.
Mhm.
And I ain't got no problem with how you break it down. Um, at the end of the day, though, in that fight, if Tio wasn't the guy, right? We all understand he's the guy, and we understand how that plays into uh uh everything as far as
Mhm.
boxing goes. Him being that guy, him being re-signing with Top Rank, all of that, we understand it. Um, if he wasn't that guy, if you just look at that fight, don't know either one of these fighters, look at it from a true fighter
Mhm.
or a fan perspective, who did you have winning the fight?
I think it could have been a draw. I don't think Ortiz deserved to win that fight.
Why
I,
not?
that style that he fought last night is not pleasing to me. That's why they have three judges, right? It's like everyone has their own point of view and how what they see as effective. To me, I think you got to do a little bit more. There were moments he could have engaged more. But that's just me. I favor the puncher. Uh, I think more people are down on Teofimo than up on Ortiz. I think Teofimo showed that he's kind of a one-trick pony. That the Sandor Martin fight was not just, a bad
I,
night. The Cambosos fight is just that's his
I,
deficiency.
Hey, so I bet when I bet BVO, I told BVO, I said the reason I take this bet is because I understand what Tio struggles at. He struggles being first, and we consistently have seen him struggle being first in these
Mhm.
fights. And when you see what Jermaine Ortiz did, a lot of people picked the Lopez, or it's not Lopez, excuse me, the Lomachenko Jermaine Ortiz fight out and was like, man, Jermaine Ortiz is a front footed fighter. No, he's not. That's not what he does. He fight if you're gonna beat Lomachenko, you gotta push Lomachenko back. We understand that. Styles make fights. And the thing that I say about Jermaine Ortiz is that he's able to adapt to any style and he's going to make it hard for you. He's going to make it tough for you, regardless of what style you fight, because he fights all styles. And that's what we saw in this fight. I think Jermaine Ortiz ain't getting enough credit for this fight. I still think he won. At the end of the day, you could give it to Teofimo Lopez, but Tio didn't even really believe he won that fight. So, I mean, it is what it is, but
No, I,
it is
I,
it
I,
is what it
I
is.
agree. I agree with Sock because it's the same way I said in the Shakur Stevenson and De Los Santos. I said I would have scored that a draw because neither one of them did enough to win that fight. I
Yeah.
feel the same way about last night. Neither one of them did enough to win that fight. I would have scored it a draw. But if I had to choose, I would have picked Jermaine Ortiz.
Mhm.
Only because he landed more punches.
Mhm.
Only
Facts.
because he landed more punches. But I would have had it a draw as well because neither one of them did enough to win that fight.
A draw is cool, but 117 to 111. What are we
Nah,
talking about?
That's
that
crazy.
judge that judge. I said it earlier on this joint. It's always one judge that you try to figure out were they looking at this fight or was they watching a fight on ESPN Classic. You got to figure out what the hell they was watching. It's always one judge. Always. I haven't seen a fight yet. One judge be way off the mark. Everybody else be somewhat around the same score. You got one judge way off the mark, and everybody like, okay, what the heck was he watching, or what was she watching?
Did
It's
did did,
always
did,
That
one.
was, by the
did,
way,
did y'all
ju-
scout?
that was
Oh, go
Steve
ahead.
Weisfeld.
Steve Weisfeld. Okay,
Hmm.
Did anybody else score the fight?
I
I
had
I
eight.
I, I
I had 8 rounds to 4.
to
I had
who?
it a draw. I scored it a draw.
Hold
I
on, hold
scored it
on.
a draw.
TD, who you had eight rounds to 4 for who?
Ortiz.
I had it 8-4 as well. For Ortiz. I know an individual who a lot of people respect. He had it 9-3 Ortiz, and it's like I'm sitting here looking, and then Tio getting 17. I mean, 117 to 111, 115 to 113 on two scorecards. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck were y'all watching?
I mean, 7 rounds to 5 is not as bad. There were rounds where you could
There were swing rounds. There were swing rounds.
Yeah, that's
agreed.
fine. But 9 rounds is just ridiculous.
It's and the fix was in from the beginning. In my opinion, I still think Jermaine Ortiz won that fight. And my thing is this: I want to see Tio now. This is the problem that he has is that we understand and well as fans, and I understood this before, but the man can't fight going forward. He can't fight going forward. He had if you're not gonna bring the smoke to him, he's gonna struggle against you. If you can sit there, utilize your jab, and sit on the back foot, you're gonna fuck Tio up. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, real quick, because I didn't get to use this. I just want to put this up, but I didn't get to use this real quick, but even Sandor Martin said, "Stop protecting this guy." I forgot to use this earlier when we started.
Ironically, Weisfeld also was the judge in the De Los Santos Stevenson fight, and he scored at 116, 112 for Shakur. Now you could say, what was the difference between what Shakur was doing and Jermaine Ortiz?
Yeah,
the difference is that Shakur Stevenson, like Teofimo, or rather not the difference, the similarity, they're the name, they're the house fighter, okay? If Jermaine Ortiz was black and signed to Top Rank, guess who would have won the decision?
Jermaine Ortiz.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Steve Weisfeld, who God rest his soul, Harold Letterman, he was almost like a protege. This guy's a clown, Steve Weisfeld. He's from New Jersey. He gets a lot of credit because he's got the right connections. And just like I said, that's the BoxRec. I didn't even realize that they had that feature, that they have the judges, and you can see he judged 3 fights last night.
Yeah, facts.
So we have to stop calling them judges and call these clowns out by their names when they're giving these corrupt, bogus decisions.
Absolutely.
And our guest last week, Ricardo Figueroa, manager, he said, you know what, you can see when a fight, why a judge will sway another way, because remember, when the judge is contracted for these fights, they're being taken care of by the house. The house in this case is Top Rank.
Yep.
They're the ones that's comping your room, your plane ticket, your meal money. You want those
everything.
Keep coming back. So
Everything.
you're gonna favor the house guy.
Yeah.
And you're gonna judge. Look, you're gonna judge accordingly. You're gonna judge accordingly. Go ahead, my apologies.
And ESPN is the house of Top Rank, right? Or rather, so there's a reason Teddy Atlas is no longer on ESPN, because he was the only guy to criticize openly.
No, he honest.
I think ESPN paid him like the last 2 years of his contract to stay home.
I ain't gonna hold you. I disagree with a lot of Teddy Atlas's opinions, but I know that at least he's trying to be honest about what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I can disagree with you, but if you're keeping it a buck, I ain't got no problem with it. And my only thing or yesterday is that the one set and even though I thought Jermaine Ortiz won the fight, I thought he won the fight. But at the same time, the scoring is so that 117, 111, somebody getting paid for it. Somebody getting paid for that. Somebody is.
No, it's getting to the point where you almost have to have your fighter knock a person out because you can't trust the judges. Because we can even go all the way back to Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo. That one judge had it a draw. I'm like, what fight was you watching?
There's a woman. That was Adelaide Byrd, I believe.
Adelaide Byrd. But Adelaide Byrd got they figured her ass out and disciplined her accordingly. So respectfully.
She got fired. But I'm like, what was you watching that you scored that a draw? Canelo barely touched Floyd. I don't even think he got a chance to even see the daggone glove. I mean, the name on the glove that Floyd was using, because it was in his face the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
No. Hey, D Free. No. He saw it. He saw it in the mirror after the fight. It was on his cheek. It was on his cheek. So respect.
Who's the
respect.
guy in Connecticut that I can't stand? There's a guy in Connecticut. He's a terrible judge too. Sock, what's the Connecticut guy?
Glenn Feldman.
Is it Feldman? Yeah, he's terrible. It's a guy from Connecticut is bad. He's always terrible at scoring fights too.
So my
is
question:
it Feldman? Feldman? Yeah, it's Feldman.
I don't think they're terrible at scoring. I think that they understand. If I'm gonna keep doing this, then there are gonna be certain times that I'm gonna ride with the A side of it, the home squad of it. You know what I'm saying? And
bingo.
I'm not gonna say that Bob is paying them off. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna be that negligent in what I'm saying. But I do think Bob has a lot to do with it. I do think that.
Yeah.
I really wish that they could have these old boxers, since they ain't getting no pension or nothing like that. Have these old boxers score some of these fights, because they know what the hell they looking at. These judges, they don't. I really don't think, because a lot of these judges never fought before. They just judge amateurs, and they came up into the pros, because that's what you got to do. You got to be an amateur. You got to judge the amateurs, and then you can work your way up to the pros. So
did any of y'all have Teofimo Lopez winning the fight? Anybody had that man winning the fight?
No.
I don't know what Gabe had.
Winning,
I don't think Gabe had him either.
Winning, no. But okay,
I had it a draw, and the only reason I got it a draw is because Teo, he won some of the later rounds, but he was losing up until that point. I had him losing up until that point.
Anybody else? Did anybody else have Teo winning?
I had Ortiz. I don't know what Gabe had. Gabe's the only one I don't know what.
I had Ortiz as well. I had Ortiz.
Yeah. And then Sock and D Free had a draw. G5, I'm not sure. He's on mute right now. But I wanted to ask something. But didn't it used to be like the referees used to eventually become judges?
At one,
Okay.
Yeah.
But they changed that. They changed that. They took the refs out of it, and they didn't want the refs to be a part of the scoring of it.
No, I know that, but I thought like some referees became judges after
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's what
some of them have became judges, but still, like sometimes even the referees, they don't know what the hell they looking at neither. They call it shots as low blows that ain't no low blow.
Hold on, hey, you know what's so crazy? The Martinez fight, they missed multiple low blows in the Martinez fight. Multiple low blows was missed in that fight. So,
that's what I'm saying. Sometimes but
Martinez did it. He did a hell of a job in that fight. He did a hell of a job. So.
No, those two low blows that was called on Usyk, one by AJ and one by Daniel Dubois. Them joints was not low blows. That joint was right on the belt line.
On the belt. It was on the belt. It was on the belt line. That's a fact.
Pabon, from Puerto Rico. That was the Usyk fight. Yeah.
Both of them. Yeah. It was the exact same shot right on the belt line, and his ass went down.
And then after Daniel Dubois hit him with that shot, you called it a low blow and allowed this. You gave this man time to recover when Daniel Dubois is hurting this man.
Yeah.
No.
But on top of that,
that's the part that I didn't understand. The man Usyk said, "I'm ready to go." He said, "No, take some time. Take some. I'm ready to go."
He said, "No,
no. Ho, sit back, and relax for a few minutes.
He said, "I'm ready. He said, "No, you got 5 minutes."
Where they do that at? Where they do that at, D Free? Where they do that at?
That's the first time I've seen that.
Like what?
Yeah, that's the
man said he's ready to go. You making him take 5 minutes? I was like, oh my God.
It's been a rough last 6 months for referees and judges in boxing. Yeah. 20 weeks. That's not Tony Weeks. I mean, you know what he did to Barossa. against Rolly
against
Romero.
Rolly. Against Rolly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Tony
Horrible,
Weeks.
horrible,
Tony
horrible,
Weeks.
horrible, horrible.
it's been bad. You know,
Yeah.
and the thing is, I mean, everything is televised now. I mean, there's no way out.
And,
You know,
and,
the world
and that's
sees
the
it.
thing. And the thing is, we all see it. We all see what's going on, and because we all get the opportunity to see what's going on, we able to make an objective observation on when you stop fights and do all type of things. Barroso, even though this man is all of 47, the man was putting hands on Rolly. He was putting hands on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, I Rolly has gotten two gifts. I thought he lost against the Dominican kid a couple of years ago, Martinez.
Yep.
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 Hey, Jackson Martinez put hands on Rolly. He fucked Rolly up. He fucked Rolly up.
That was a Dominican guy, right? It was a Dominican
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Jackson
Yeah,
Martinez.
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bullshit. But hold on, I'm gonna just be off camera for a minute. I'm gonna go to the living room to charge my laptop. But you guys keep going.
Yeah.
I,
I
you
know.
know,
I be feeling bad for those people who thought they was about to become a millionaire and then they lose all their money because they was like, I got it. Hold up, what? Come on, man. How y'all get that fight to him, man? I won this.
Hey, let me ask you. Let me ask this real quick. Five, you in the building?
He's on mute. I don't know what happened. Maybe he stepped away or something.
He probably lighting up. He probably rolling another J or talking to his kids.
All right, go ahead. My bad. I want five opinion though. I do want five opinion.
I thought
Go ahead.
Erickson Lubin, that was a bullshit decision too.
Yeah, that one.
That was a bad one.
It wasn't that bad, but it was bad because, and the reason why I say it wasn't that bad because he did come back. This who was it? Ramos. Ramos gave those rounds back. He stopped.
Man, Ramos was beating the shit out of Erickson Lubin, man. He was beating the shit out of him.
I'm gonna tell you how you know. I'm gonna tell you how you know it was a bad call. I'm gonna tell you how you know it was a bad call because even Erickson Lubin corner thought he lost the fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They thought he lost the fight. Mm-hmm. When they said Erickson Lubin won, them niggas was jumping for joy. Let's get out the ring. Let's go.
Right.
They were like, come on, grab the belt. Let's go.
Like a thief.
Hey, D3, what you say? Hey, we getting the fuck out of here right now. We getting out of here right now. We getting the hell on. We getting the hell on.
He got his hand raised. They took the picture. He grabbed the belt, and they took off.
Jesus Ramos is a much better fighter than Erickson Lubin. I mean, regardless of what you want to tell me, Jesus Ramos, that young man can fight.
I'm here.
And go ahead. My apologies. I'm long-winded.
Before Gabe, welcome back, Gabe. No, Ramos gave.
Yeah, I heard everything, man. I got the earbud in. I was in there getting the kids situated. Yeah, I heard everything.
It's all good. No, that's what I said. I figured he stepped away.
What you know who? I mean, I know it's women.
So who did you have winning 5? Tio or Ortiz?
Man, as the back half of the fight progressed, I was like, damn, Tio gonna get the win. I felt like Jermaine Ortiz, he could have did more, and I do agree with Stock on that. It was times where he had him right in mid range, and he made Tio like turn his shoulder and head. I'm like, because Tio coming in off balance. I'm like, bro, he can really destroy Tio if he wanted to, but I think he could have did more and made it put a more.
Who won the goddamn fight? Who won the fight, G5?
I already said it, bro. I said Tio. I feel like Ortiz did, but he could have did more to make it or to sway the judges. You know what I'm saying? I knew on the back half of the fight, Tio was starting to win rounds, but I mean, It could have been a draw. Really,
And,
but
and this is the problem I have with the sport of boxing is that when we watch an individual win a fight and because he quote unquote what y'all would tell me ran, I would say he utilized lateral movement, um, utilized his jab, landed more punches. That's what I would say. Y'all would say he ran, but this is why the sport of boxing it just continue to go down. And when we have these type of decisions and what I will still call a robbery, when we have these type of things going on, niggas ain't trying to support no robberies. And it ain't gonna happen like that. And although this wasn't a pay-per-view fight, it was a great fight in my opinion. I was looking forward to it. I thought I said what was gonna happen. I told everybody Tio gonna struggle in this fight because Tio he struggles when he has to be first, and this is it was shown he struggles being first, and so now I'm looking forward to Tio fighting other individuals. I want to see Tio versus Devin. Devin, hey, in my opinion, Devin might stop Tio. He might stop him, in my opinion.
I don't know if he stops unless he quits, which would be great. But I don't see him
So
stopping.
what's next for Jermaine Ortiz?
I don't know. I think he's gonna have to face another contender, or he's got to work his way back up.
Stylistically, because now here's the thing: is that the same thing happens like Sandor Martin? Who wants to deal with that type of style, right?
Yeah, well, Sandor Martin just took a fight. Like I think he fought a fight in Spain. Like he just and now he's the top contender to Haney's title. But obviously he's gonna have to wait with Haney taking the fight with Ryan. So
right,
maybe he fights Sandor. I mean, that's not a fight that anybody really wants to see. But
if he gets by Ryan Garcia, I don't think Devin Haney's going to be at 140 much longer.
If when when he beat the dog shit out of Ryan Garcia, we all understand Ryan ain't on Devin level. We understand that. So I mean, the question is when Devin beats Ryan Garcia, who does he fight next? And this is the great part about Devin. This is the greatest thing. That man can fight any style and can go and compete against any style. If it's a Sandor Martin, I guarantee Devin looks totally different against Sandor Martin than Tio does.
It's a shame that that we didn't get Shakur and Devin.
Well, Shakur ducked the fight. He ducked the fight. So
did he?
What? Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think. I mean,
you don't want to go down. You don't want to go down there. You don't want to go down that road with me. You don't want to go down that road with me.
I think they both hold the same weight. I think they were like on the same level of stardom. I don't think anyone had more of a leverage than other.
Cool. They was on the same level, but now Devin has surpassed.
He has because
of the
fight against the Rougarou. But at the time,
no, but Kiko,
because remember, Haney had just come off of that questionable win against Lomachenko.
Right? Agreed. It was a questionable win, but according respectfully to Shakur Stevenson, he ain't never been in the ring with nobody like Lomachenko. We all and tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm lying about it, and I'm okay about it. But we still think Lomachenko is a upper echelon fighter. We look at him as a level fighter, and so when even though it was a close fight with him and Devin won the fight. I ain't got no problem with it.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, as far as like Kiko, I think you're referring to as far as like who had the leverage and who should have been
at the time
at the A side. I think Haney deserved to be the A side over Shakur because he was the undisputed championship. With Shakur moving up from 130 and he moved up in a bad way, not making weight. What does Shakur have to offer Haney except a big fight? But Haney has all the titles. at that point. That Shakur is fighting for the titles and he wants more money. I don't think that's fair. You know, when Haney had to do.
But this is the problem. Hold on, real quick. This is the problem. Devin was the one who offered Shakur when Shakur was looking for big fights. Nobody didn't want to fight him. Devin offered this man a contract. Devin didn't have to do that, but he did it anyways and offered this man a contract and said, "Let's make the fight happen." And Shakur said, "No, it ain't enough for me. It ain't enough money for me." Cool. I ain't got no problem with him turning down the money fight. If it ain't enough money for you, I ain't got no problem. All I'm saying is the contract was offered to be undisputed, and Shakur has always told us he want to be undisputed. So why not make Devin look silly? Why not make Devin look silly and beat the shit out of him if that's what you believe you're gonna do? Make that fight happen.
25%, which I think if he probably could have got at least 30. Let's just say that. Like maybe he could have negotiated for 30, but he straight turned it down and said, if I'm not mistaken, he wanted 50-50, and I don't think he deserved 50-50 at that point versus Haney. Maybe somebody else, but not versus Haney at that time. Haney just went to Australia twice.
But the thing is,
hold on, TD. Hold on, real quick, TD. Did they not tell us that everybody is ducking Shakur? Everybody is turning Shakur down.
At that time, right? Yeah, because they turned down a fight. He was trying to get Cambosis, and I forgot the other guy that turned
Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz was one of them.
Because they made him mandatory, yes.
Hold on, real quick. As well as Frank Martin. They all turned down fights against Shakur. And then Devin offered this man. Hold on. Let me finish, and then I'm gonna let you go. Let me finish. Okay. I could be wrong. That's fine. Let me finish, and then you can cook me on why I'm wrong. I ain't got no problem with it. All I'm saying is that Shakur offered all these dudes fights. They turned them down. Then Devin offered Shakur a fight to become undisputed, which everybody else is turning Shakur down. Devin offered this man a fight for undisputed and say take 25%. He turns that down, and all of a sudden it's on Devin. Go ahead, D. Free. I apologize for cutting you off. My apologies.
You're wrong because Frank didn't offer Frank the fight yet. The fight was after that. Frank's fight was after that. That wasn't before Devin.
Gave up the belts.
Devin. But the problem that I have with it is now you're fighting Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is not getting 25%. Ryan Garcia is somebody who ducked Devin 3 times. You're not offering him 25%. And I think the better fight is Shakur and Devin over Ryan and Devin.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, you might say they might make a little bit more money fighting Ryan. They might. We don't know. Because Ryan just did a fight and his live gate barely did $1 million. So everybody was saying, oh, Ryan is the reason why Tank did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. It doesn't seem that way no more because he just did a fight. And he barely made $1 million for that live gate. With Tank Davis, you did 25 million, 22 million.
I think a lot of people don't know Ryan. A lot of people think Ryan quit. Like, a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean it could be some of that. It could be some of that. But what I'm saying is Shakur, I think, is a better fight than Ryan Garcia. I think it might be a bigger fight than Ryan Garcia. We will never know now because they're not fighting.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you have to do these shenanigans.
That's the only issue I have. You willing to go back to the table with Ryan Garcia for the 4th time?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is you're gonna go back and speak with Ryan Garcia because it's too faceted in this situation. The reason it's too faceted is because the first thing is we understand that Ryan is going to fight at 140. The second thing is Ryan has done big pay-per-view numbers. So it's too faceted there. When it comes down to Shakur Stevenson, once again, Devin, according to him and Bill, we're going to be here we locking the doors until the end of the year, and that's what they did. They stood there and hold on. Let me finish. They stood there and they offered Shakur Stevenson a fight, and nobody was offering that young man a fight. And I'm a big Shakur fan. If you go look at my channel right now, I rock with Devin, I rock with Shakur, I rock with both of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they hell of a fighters. I wanted to see the fight happen. At the same time, offer was given to Shakur, and Shakur turned it down. And now Shakur ends up in no man's land, whereas Devin has moved up, and he ends up still continuously fighting the best. So I think that Shakur missed his opportunity in that situation, and he should have took that. He should have took that deal.
Yeah, but Ryan hasn't done big pay-per-view numbers. Tank done big pay-per-view numbers. Ryan didn't do big pay-per-view numbers. If Ryan did big pay-per-view numbers, Ryan would have fought on pay-per-view again. He hasn't fought on pay-per-view since he fought Tank. And last time I checked,
I don't even know why I don't know what the argument with Ryan is. I don't know what that argument is. At the end of the day, Ryan did the numbers he did with Tank. Cool. He's gonna do the numbers he would do with Devin. He's gonna do decent numbers, but at the same time, Ryan is nothing special in the sport of boxing, in my opinion.
That's the point that I'm making. That's the point that I'm making.
And I'm agreeing with you. Then we agree.
Sock, you want to say something before I say something?
The Shakur fight in 2024.
Do you think
he said he's not coming back unless it's a big fight? He said he's not coming back unless it's a big fight. He don't want no run of the mill type fighter. He want a big fight. He said if it ain't a big name fight, he ain't taking it.
But let me ask a question before you guys go, because maybe you guys know the answer. I don't. So we know that Shakur turned down the top rank offer. What was it, a 3-fight deal or something like that for $15 million?
Yeah,
something like that.
No. Hold on. It was a 5-fight deal. It was a 5-fight deal. Okay. I'm sorry, for $15 million.
My question is, you guys can go ahead. I don't know. This is why I'm asking. Is that I just know about the offer. It was $15 million, $5 million. Thanks for letting me know. But is he a free agent now, or does he have one fight left?
He got one fight left. Okay,
after
this fight, then he's a free agent. So,
which is dangerous. When he turned it down.
And that's the problem that I have with Shakur, because if you only have one fight left, take any fight.
Yeah.
Get it over with. Get out of the contract. Now you can move the way you want to move.
Exactly, because if he fights somebody decent or good, they may screw him out of a victory. I've seen Top Rank do this before.
But this is the problem, and like what you just said, TD, like what you just said, this is the problem. The man he should have kept his mouth closed. Don't tell Bob that you're leaving, that you're trying to leave. Damn all of that. Don't say shit about it, because what's going to happen is that we've seen Bob do it with Mikey Garcia. He shelved Mikey Garcia for what, a year and a half, and so now 2 years. And now what we're gonna see, unfortunately, he's gonna shelve Shakur until the end of the year, and then, and this is just my opinion, he's gonna put him in there with Raymond Muratalla. Raymond Muratalla brings nothing as far as belts go, championships go, resume. He don't bring shit to Shakur, but that man can fight. He's gonna put you in a dangerous ass fight in your last, because you ran your mouth. And I understand Shakur saying what he says, and I ain't got no problem with it. My thing is that Bob listening to this the same way I'm listening to it, and we done seen how Bob move. So when you say you're gonna leave, I'm gonna shelf your ass, and then I'm gonna put you in there with an individual who is the up and coming young star. And if you win that fight, you don't get nothing for it. You don't get no belts. You don't get shit for winning that fight outside of. And then though, if it's a close fight, if it's any type of decent, like I think it will be, Muratalla gonna get the nod.
Actually,
in my opinion,
he might not be fighting Raymond Muratalla. He might not be fighting him. He might be fighting Williams Zepeda, because Williams Zepeda is number 3 right now.
Williams Zepeda fight. Williams Zepeda, Bob doesn't operate like that. Williams Zepeda fights on. He fights with Golden Boy. No, you're not listening.
You're not listening, Dub. You cut me off. You're not listening.
Well, go ahead. Let D-Free go. Let D-Free finish.
Is the number 3 fighter in the WBC. He's going to be number 1. He's going to be the mandatory because Billy Lomachenko is the number 1, and Pitbull Cruz is number 2. Pitbull is fighting at 140. Lomachenko is about to fight for the IBF. He's going to be out of the rankings. So that means Williams Zepeda will be number 1 for the WBC, which will be the mandatory for Shakur Stevenson. So he might be fighting Williams Zepeda for his mandatory shot.
Real quick, before y'all continue, let me just read this real quick, and then I'll let Sock go and end up right after. So J.A. Dixon, shout out to you, brother. Thanks for coming through. Is Shakur generating enough money to demand more than $3 million per fight? Sock.
I would have to say no. Especially after his last performance. I mean, I know they showcased him in the Prudential Center where he fought Consejo.
Yeah, and then he came in overweight in that fight.
He came in irresponsibly overweight, right? And he won. He just because he's superior. But Shakur, the only time Shakur really put his foot on the gas pedal was against Herring, and that's because they were in the same camp. There was no fear factor of Herring. He had sparred him before, and Shakur is kind of like in no man's land. I don't think his style is pleasing. I don't think he's got a natural fan base. So I don't know. I agree with the message. He doesn't demand that $3 million.
Yeah, I don't think he generates enough money to demand more than $3 million.
Mm-hmm. He's good, but
because if you look at his live gate hasn't made $3 million. So how can you demand more than $3 million? You don't fight on pay-per-view, and your live gate is not doing $3 million. You can't demand something that you're not generating.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I mean, he's never done pay-per-view, and he hasn't really gotten a big fight. I mean, in my opinion, his biggest fight is probably the Valdez fight with a unified, and that was at a lower weight. So he hasn't had that big fight yet. So I agree. I don't think he deserves that. I think he's gambling.
And even that Valdez,
you have to go ahead.
He was content. He could have stopped Valdez.
He could have.
But you got to remember why he got that Valdez fight. He only got that Valdez fight because Bud Crawford ended up suing Top Rank at that current moment in time. That's why, and Shakur had been looking for that Valdez fight for I ain't gonna say how many years. I'm gonna say he was looking at it at multiple divisions. He was looking to make the Valdez fight. You know what I'm saying? He told you he wanted to be undisputed, and Bob was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna be undisputed. We ain't gonna do that." That's what Bob said. I didn't say it. Bob said it. And so all it is that we're talking about with Shakur, I think that when he comes out now and says that he's looking to move outside of Top Rank, right? He wants to be a free agent. I think it's a good and a bad thing. And this is my question to y'all now. I'm flipping it on y'all. Shakur being a free agent, right? With a $15 million offer, according to the sources, $15 million for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? That's how it kind of broke down. What do you see? What's a better offer for Shakur? Do you think Top Rank gives him a better offer? Do you think who gives him a better offer than what Top Rank just gave him?
Well, I'll start off. I mean, the better offer would be from Tank, from PBC, right? That would be the better offer. I mean, if he got that fight, that's a big fight. They have to do it in the East Coast. They could do it in Baltimore. They could do it in Jersey. They could do it in New York. And I think it makes good money. I mean, I think that's the biggest payday. Now, as far as a multi-year deal, I don't know what he would be looking for. If it's a one-fight deal, shit, he could cash out right there alone if let's say PBC and Team Mayweather, or I guess Mayweather represents Tank, that would be the biggest payday. Other than that, I don't know anybody else that can offer a better deal than Top Rank. I mean, is Matchroom going to offer that? And then what fights, could he get?
So the answer to the question is if it ain't Tank, and I agree with you. TD. Tank gonna offer the biggest bag. If it ain't Tank, who else outside of Tank? Who else?
That's a good question.
I think PBC will offer him the biggest deal if they want him. If they want him, they'll give him the biggest deal, because most likely they probably will put the Tank in that deal, and then they probably would give him 2 or 3 more fights. And it could be anybody. It could be Frank Martin.
That's
it could
true.
be he could move to 140 and fight a couple of those guys at 140. That's under PBC. So if PBC wants him, they will be the ones that will offer the better deal than Top Rank. But it all depends on if PBC wants him.
Yeah. And this is the beauty in what Devin Haney is doing. Devin is doing it where, hey, even if you're not gonna give me that big, if that's not what you're gonna give me, if I can't make that deal, I'm gonna go over here and make another deal. This is the beauty in what Devin is doing, and I wish Shakur was on level and on par. Same way I wish Tank was. These people are putting their hands and their careers in the hands of others, whereas Devin has taken it on and he don't give a fuck. He can make the fights happen and be promoter about the fights that do happen.
Yeah.
Shout out to Devin Haney, man. Shout out to Devin Haney.
You got to give him credit. I don't know why people hate on the guy and hate on Bill. They're trying to make the best fights. I mean, it's real easy to just take maybe a mandatory or a voluntary. Like they're looking to take the top guy. I know people criticize the Regis Prograis fight, because Regis didn't look good in the fight before against Zerillo, the Puerto Rican dude. But who cares? He was still a 140 WBC champion. Like it's still a champion.
Wait a minute. Did when Teofimo Lopez moved up to 140, did he fight Josh Taylor immediately?
No.
Yeah. No. He didn't. He fought somebody else.
He fought Ocampo, then he fought Sandor Martin, then he fought Josh Taylor. Devin Haney moved up and said, "Fuck it, I'm fighting the champion. I'm fighting the champion."
I mean, you got to give him credit for that.
He said Ocampo. You mean
it wasn't Ocampo? His name was Campo. It was a
whatever the nigga name is. Whatever the nigga name. Hey, D3, you knew who I was talking about, like I knew who I was talking about.
He fought Campus, and then he fought Sandor Martin, and then he fought John Taylor. So no, and I get on BBO about that all the time. He was like, "Oh, he moved up and fought John Taylor." No, he did not.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Before he fought John Taylor. Yeah, fought 2 fights first.
Listen,
then he fought John Taylor.
This is the only thing I gotta say. This is the only thing. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Sal.
No, stop. Go ahead.
It's the same reason, people at the beginning didn't like the Williams sisters because of the father. Same reason people didn't like what's his name? The Ball brothers, because of the father.
LeVar.
Right.
Yeah.
Bill Haney is the Diddy of this era. Like
yeah.
He wants to be in the video. Hold.
Wait a minute. Bill Haney ain't trying. He ain't trying to bring motherfuckers over to fuck him now. He ain't trying to fuck. I don't think Bill on that type of time.
No. He's happy with his nice white queen.
Respectfully.
Salute.
Respectfully.
Yeah,
I don't think Bill on that time.
He's happy with his nice white queen.
Yeah. Hey, I like white girls.
Who doesn't?
I love Latinos. Real quick, I love Latinos more than anybody. I love Latinos, so I love them Latino women. They special. Look at
Ask Jonathan Major. As Jonathan Majors.
Oh no, we know what happened to Jonathan. We know what happened to Jonathan. No, we ain't gonna bring him into the conversation.
I just want
we
for the
don't want to
record,
disrespect.
just in case people that have not seen me, I am half Latino and my wife is full Puerto Rican. So I do not have a white girl. Just want for the record. I just want people to know
Hey,
that as well.
shout out to the Puerto Rican women because they're beautiful, they gorgeous. Shout out to the Puerto
Oh my
Ricans.
God, you guys are clowns, man.
The Dominicans. I love Dominicans more. Anyway, I plead the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth.
Kiko's Dominican. Sock is Dominican.
Sock, you Dominican?
Yeah,
100%.
Dominican.
Oh man, hey, listen.
You couldn't tell by the name Socrates.
Well, I thought it was Greek. I thought it was Socrates.
A
is
lot
a
of
Greek
Dominicans
name.
here. A lot of Dominicans have the Greek
He
name.
thought it was Greek.
Yeah, no, it is Greek. But
It's
a lot of
the name is
Dominicans
Greek.
here have that Greek name.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
There's a lot of Dominicans out here that have like those names like that.
Hey, I've been to the Dominican a
They
few
trying to get
times.
you spammed.
No, I've been there.
Haley's,
I've been there a few times, and you know one thing I gotta say about the Dominicans, they're gonna show you love, they're gonna show you respect, and whether especially the females. Shout out to the females, the Dominican females. Shout out to them because they special. They special. But man, everybody over there, man, they're gonna show you. They show you love, and you can argue and talk to them, and they real individuals. So I got a lot of love for them. I got a lot of love for Dominicans. I got a lot of love for them.
Shout out to Washington Heights. That is so true. Mad Dominicans in the Heights and the concourse. Go ahead, Sock. My bad. You started it with the white girls.
I did. Well, I mean, I think that's part of the reason. I think the same. I mean, Teofimo kind of the same way. I think when the fathers are in the picture, I think it's easier to dislike. But Teo does his own buffoonery as well.
But listen, I've met Bill. We've met Bill because you was there with us.
Yes.
Bill seems like he's very respectable, respectful.
He knows how to play the game.
I guess you could say that he's cordial. He's a nice guy. He's easy to talk to. It's for me and that I met Bill. It's hard for me to dislike the guy. The guy was speaking to us like nothing. No, and it's not only when we caught him inside the venue, we caught him at the hotel and in the bar. He was hanging out and he talked to us like nothing. He gave us
Bill is a cool individual. Yeah. What I think a lot of people they forget that Bill is a promoter. They forget that side. And that's what he does. He promotes Devin Haney. And I think a lot of people forget that. They think, Devin Haney's father is just talking. Yeah, that is his father, but that's also his promoter and his manager. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. We don't say the same thing when we talk about Eddie Hearn or we talk about Oscar De La Hoya or Bob Erb. Yeah, we don't say the same about them. They only saying it for Bill because that's Devin Haney's father, who is his promoter. It's the same. They forget that he's a promoter.
Now, I do have to say this. I done been on panels with Bill. Shout out to Bill Haney. Shout out to him. But I done heard the man done lied to me. You know what I'm saying? So, although anybody who know me, y'all know I rock with Devin. I'm gonna still keep it a buck about Bill. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
So what did he lie to you about? Because I want to know. I asked him straight up. This was the question. The question was, what needs to happen for you or for Devin and Tank to make the fight happen? What needs to happen, Bill? And Bill, he went on a whole tangent and then came back and said, we not really worried about Tank right now. Well, hold on. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking about Tank. And so now all of a sudden, you done went on this tangent and you're not going to answer my question? That's what you're going to do? And then he continued to move forward. And, it is what it is. I understand how panels are. I understand all of that. But when I ask you a straight question, anybody who know me know I rock with Devin. Know I rock with him. I'm asking you the question because
I want to see Devin and Tank fight. So I'm looking for you to push and make that fight happen, and then for you to go on a tangent and then shit on me. No, I ain't got respect for it. I ain't got respect for it. Because I'm not being disrespectful to you. All I'm doing is asking the question that the people want to hear.
So you feel like, so can I ask you a question on top of that? So you saying that you feel he lied to you, but you think maybe he didn't lie. I'm asking.
He didn't lie.
Just swerved it a little bit. Maybe he had his reasons for swerving it.
He didn't lie. He didn't lie. He avoided. He
swerved. Yeah. Okay.
He avoided. He didn't lie to me. He never lied to me, but he avoided it. But at the same time, if I'm gonna get up here and argue with motherfuckers and talk my Devin shit the way I'm gonna talk it, give me some real shit, bro. Give me some real shit to get some ammo. And what you did was you avoided the conversation that I'm gonna go in there and make arguments about. No, I ain't making arguments about it no more. I'm not going to. Why? Because you avoided this shit. No, I need you to speak on it and be real about it. And I don't think Bill was real about it. I know multiple individuals who rock with Bill, and at the end of the day, the same thing I'm gonna tell you today, I'm gonna tell him. You feel me? So it is what it is, but I didn't respect it. I didn't respect it.
I feel you. Real quick before somebody goes, let me just read this real quick because I want to say something. There are different. Shout out to Jay Dixon. Sorry, there are different types of promoters, and I just don't think people like his style of doing things. Hell, I don't like Eddie the Snake or that old Snake Bob either. We understand spin it. We understand spin or when it's a lie. And I think that's true. The one thing I would say about Bill is that, and I was going to use a word, and I'm not going to use it. I'm going to say the word character. He's not a character. I think he has a personality, and I think he brings that to the table, which I think is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? That these other promoters are not using. I mean, De La Hoya, he's got a personality too, and he kind of brings that also, and I kind of like that as well. As far as like us as fans, you know, we want to see the big fights. We want to see the fights, but we kind of like that drama as well too. I mean, let's not lie. We kind of like that seeing Haney and Ryan go at it earlier. The video I showed you with them, going at it. This is what we like. It kind of amps us, for the fight. So I think, Bill's personality, I think it plays a part in what he does as far as promoting and taking care of his son at the same time. So I have no problem with that. I think that, obviously, I have a little bias, and the only reason I have a little bias towards Bill is because I've met the guy, and he treated me like a regular person. You know what I'm saying? And we spoke and whatever. So I have to give him a fair shake just off of that. He could have been a jerk. He could have been like, oh yeah, and then just went like he was very cordial and he was nice. Even Sock, you remember this? Sock was trying to troll him too. Sock was trying to be funny, and he laughed it off. He was like, when we got up for the picture. He was like, say Rick Glazier in the picture. Like he was trying to be funny and he laughed it off. Like, so I respect that a lot, from Bill. I just wanted to throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. I mean, we it's human nature. We all have our biases depending on our own personal interactions with people. So there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
Hey, my thing is this.
Oh, shit.
I appreciate Bill. As far as, and I always tell you I'm biased. I'm very biased because I rock with Devin. I think Dev is special. And so because I rock with him the way I rock with him, yeah. All right, Bill, do what you're going to do. At the same time, I'm going to be honest. And when you run things a certain way, but you don't run them another way, and when I say another way, me knowing other individuals, speaking to other individuals on a regular basis. So I will say is, man, Bill, do what you do, man, but stop the cap. Just stop the cap. And my biggest problem is you can't find nobody who rock with Devin more than me. You can't find them. At the same time, Bill done lied to me, and because What am I gonna do? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take that lie and then I'm gonna move forward. Once you done lie is disrespect, in my opinion. So I mean, it is what it is, but I ain't got no problem with Bill. I ain't got no problem with him, but at the same time, I will say that man, put it on Devin. Put it on Devin because Devin is the special one, and hence the reason I want to see Devin fight anybody. And I want to go back to this. I want to see Devin and Matias. A lot of people say, y'all trying to protect Devin. No, I ain't got no protection for that young man. I ain't got no protection for him. I want to see him fight Matias. I want to see him fight Tank. Tank is the first fight. I want to see him fight Tank. Damn it, if I'm trying to protect him, why the fuck why am I saying I want to see him fight Tank if I'm trying to protect him? I ain't trying to protect that man. Fuck protecting him. I want to see him fight the best because I think he the best. I want to see him fight the best. And so all that other stuff, man, damn it. I don't believe a lot of y'all. I ain't saying nobody specifically here. I'm just saying I don't believe a lot of these people. They don't believe what they say. They don't believe none of it. And they understand that Devin is the goods. And when Devin gets that opportunity, I'll be right here and I'll put my money up like I always put my money up.
I mean, and that's the beauty of the game and the beauty of boxing and us as fans is that, we have our opinions and we like who we like and we have our reasons for it, but we're never going to know unless they get in the ring. And I like Devin because from what I see and what I read and and what we're seeing, it looks like, and I could be wrong, and I know people have their opinions, he wants to fight the top guys in the divisions. Like he's looking for the big names. And a lot of other fighters are not really doing that.
Yes.
So, I mean,
and if you want to smoke, hey, I ain't got go fight him. I want to see the fight. If you want to smoke, I ain't got no problem with it. And I think that's what builds the sport again. And the sport has fallen off. But if everybody has the Devin, in my opinion, if they got Devin mentality, we're gonna get all type of fights. But everybody don't have that mentality. Devin got that mentality, and he trying to fight the best. Let's see it. We need to put that pressure on Tank. Tank need that mentality. That's who I really want to have the mentality is Tank. That's who I really want. But
and speaking of
that,
story. It's funny because I didn't want to go this route. I just thought it was good because we was bringing up topics and we showed the video of them beefing. But yeah, you're right, Crush. I only come out once a week, Crush. I just want you to know that we talk about everything here. But yeah, you're right. I know everybody talks about that. I mean, we got an open discussion as far as like we brought up Bill, and I just wanted to share my relationship or the moment that I had with Bill the one time. But you're right. I mean, we know that this is going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. I like the matchup. I actually give Ryan a chance. Obviously, Haney's the favorite, but yeah, you're right.
I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What happens to Devin and what happens to Ryan if Ryan wins this fight?
I don't think anything happens. I think people would talk shit like people always talk shit, right? I mean, I don't think anything will happen. I think that'd be great for the sport, right? Because it mixes it up, because just because somebody beats this guy, that doesn't mean that another guy would beat that guy, right? That's the beauty of boxing. That's the beauty of, the top guys in the sport, right? We just want to see it. I mean, I wouldn't feel a type of way if Ryan got lucky and landed a shot and finished him off? So what? Yeah. I mean, that's good for him. That's great. That doesn't mean that Haney's a bum and vice versa. I mean, I can't say vice versa because I have a feeling about I don't feel much about Ryan. Go ahead.
You think it sets up a rematch for Tank Davis, or does it set up a fight for Devin and Tank?
Who knows? Because honestly, right now we just don't know what Tank is gonna do. Right? At least we know we got his fight signed. Tank hasn't fought since what, May? What was the last? The Ryan fight was in May or March?
April.
It was April. That's a long time. I mean, and you figure if he gets a fight now, that'll be a year. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know because we don't know what Tank's doing. But there's other guys in the division that need to make fights. So whether he wins or lose, so what? That's just me. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care either way.
Yeah.
But I think I think that's the problem with these fighters is because the fans are so quick to throw a fighter away once they take a loss. And we didn't used to have that back in the 90s and the early 2000s and the 80s. When a fighter lost, so what? We see a rematch. People don't want to do rematches no more. Yeah. You barely see a rematch now. Like I don't know what happened to rematches. Now I can understand if a fight was just terrible and you say, you know what, I don't want to see that fight again. But if a fight was a good fight, what happened to having a rematch? Why we can't get a rematch? It was a good fight.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Sak, you got anything on this real quick so we could move on? We haven't even talked about the Super Bowl. Huh?
I'm about to tap out.
I know. We've been on for a minute. Real quick, I appreciate. I just wanted real quick because we could keep talking. I know Sak got to go, and I think Sak got training in the morning too. So, but I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been on. Special shout out, Ofacio Falcone is on. If you guys get a chance, rewind it. He spoke a little bit about his fight next week. Next week we got a big card here in New York, Madison Square Garden, the Hulu Theater. My guy Ofacio Falcone, he's on the card, and as you see here, my co-host Socrates Palmer Jr. Geeko, aka the Sock. He works with Ofacio as a strength and conditioning. We also got Shushu on the cards. Shaki Foster is fighting Abraham Nova. It's going to be a big card, so we're not going to be live next Friday. We may shoot some video from the Hulu Theater. We'll both be in there, but you guys get a chance to rewind and check that out.
I want to say one thing real quick. Shout out to
You always
man.
got one more thing to say, man.
I know. I apologize. Hey, that's the person that I am. That's the person that I am. Man, shout out to Stock, man. Thank you for giving us that different perspective, that different information. Shout out to my brother TD for doing the same thing, man. Like, hey, I'm gonna get on here and argue with the best of y'all motherfuckers. Yeah, you goddamn right, I'm gonna argue. But at the same time, I love the information that y'all give and the perspective that y'all give. It means a lot to me. So shout out to y'all. I would be wrong if I didn't credit you. But goddamn, so you ain't gotta do me like that, man. You ain't gotta goddamn.
I didn't do it. What did I do?
I got a
Thank you.
That was A1, dude, Dub. That was A1 that said that.
A1.
A1 said that. A1 said you always got said it.
We know A1 don't know shit about boxing. A1 don't know shit about boxing, so we got to take that with a. We're not gonna address A1, man. He don't know shit about boxing.
Hey, I know one thing. I bet you can't not interrupt yourself trying to tell me I don't know shit about boxing, though.
Oh, bloody.
Hey, I got a beef with Shusu too. Cause we had the interview with Shusu. He knew he was going to be on that daggone card February.
Oh yeah, 15th. He did. Yeah, he didn't want to say it, but I was implying to it. I knew he was going to be on the card. Yeah,
he knew he was going to be on that card. He tried to keep it a secret.
I know I'm going to let Sock close it out because I know he got to go. I'll stay on with you guys, but I just want to say, of course, thank you to my co-host Sock. We got a couple things brewing for the next few weeks. We're hoping to get an interview tomorrow. Oh, Dub dropped off. He'll be back. We're hoping to get an interview tomorrow. I'm going to follow up tomorrow morning with Arnold Gonzalez. He's also on the card. He's from Harlem. He lives out on the West Coast, but he grew up in Harlem. He fights at welterweight. He's going to be on the card as well. We're trying to get him. We're looking at a few things. Brewing. Sock is okay. I can mention drop some names or not. I don't
drop them.
Yeah, we're looking to have Berlanga's trainer Mark Farrat. We're looking at Farrat. I don't know if I'm saying that. We're hoping to have him on. Who is the other guy I was looking? I was looking to have Omar Trinidad is another guy I'm looking to have on. He fought a couple weeks ago. He's out of LA. So we have a couple guys coming up. It's always good to have these fighters on because I like to hear their perspective. We have managers on and coaches hear their perspective. And then of course I love when you guys come on and we could kind of debate and argue, and not argue. We're just speaking, from our opinion. But that's what this show's about. This show's basically to give information from the inside point of view, and then us as fans, our point of view. So we're looking at shoot some video and maybe get some interviews live and in person next Friday as well. Hoping to get Shushu in person. I'm sure we could probably get him. And then media day and media week next week, we're going to be at some media events and maybe catch up with a couple of fighters and trainers as well. So Clarence McLean is going to be out there too. So I'll probably hook up with Clarence as well also. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say before Sock gets on and have his closing thoughts.
Yeah. Great show. Everyone, thank you for your participation. D Free. What can I say? What are your thoughts on that new head coach you got?
What's that?
On the Commanders.
Oh, hey, they putting the coaching staff together. They got a nice little squad they putting together. Hopefully it come together and we could turn this thing around next year.
Got you. And it looks like you guys are right. Chase Young, I think. He's been underwhelming since he's been in San Francisco. So he needs to show up on Sunday.
They talking about benching him.
Yep.
Wow.
So, that seems like a really good trade right now. What you got? What pick did you get for him?
We got I think we got a second round and a third round for him.
It's pretty good. It's looking really good. So, A1, salute to you, sir.
All right.
Sock, Super Bowl prediction before you go.
Super Bowl prediction. You talk about somebody who is in a bad spot.
I knew it. Yeah, I know.
A Raider fan. This game's being played on our field. I can't see Mahomes popping champagne on our field. I hate San Francisco. I have my thoughts on them, but I don't want to get you shadow banned or get a couple of strikes, Tom.
What's going on, Thomas Hill?
So I'm picking San Francisco, although the best player plays for Kansas City. So I think it should be a good game. It's going to be a better game, I think, than when they played in 2019, because I think Frisco has a better offense. McCaffrey with that bye week, I would look out. He may be that MVP on Sunday, but then Andy Reid on the bye week is a motherfucker, like they say in France. They got the coach. They got Spagnuolo. If a coordinator ever makes it to the Hall of Fame, it's gonna be Spags if he gets his Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So,
it's a good point.
It's a really good game just from the outside looking in. Brock Purdy. A lot of us think that he's a product of the system. He's a passenger in a limo, but it's his time to shine. Spotlight. But I think I'm picking San Francisco partially off of hate, and also because I think they have a little bit more weapons, and I think playing in the dome is going to help Purdy. Help Purdy. So I'm picking San Francisco in a one possession game.
Okay.
It's going to be a good one.
Well, Sock, I appreciate you, of course, and I know you got to go, and I'm gonna stick around a little bit longer, but we'll
thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we'll talk tomorrow, of course, and stuff.
Be safe out there. D Free.
All right.
A1.
Yep.
All right, take it easy, Zach.
Thomas Hill. We actually interviewed Shushu about a month ago. About a month. Was it a month or maybe a little bit longer than that?
A little bit over a month. It was last month. We had Shushu on. Yeah. It's on both our channels. If you get a chance, just scroll. I think D Free has it in his live. I have it as a live and a video, but we definitely
If you go to my channel, that's the first video you see. That's the premiere video I got on my channel.
Yeah. Shushu's cool. I mean, he's a nice guy. It's good to get him now before he really blows up. I think he's going to be a star. But he's a very humble guy. Sock knew him since he was like 6-7 years old from the amateur days. He was fighting a little kid. We even posted a video of him as a 6-7-year-old in the interview he had. So, he's a real good dude. I met him in June at the theater. He's mad cool. We took a picture. Listen. And then when we did the interview, I messed up his name. I thought he was going to kill me. So, I mean, he's mad cool dude. It was a good, I don't know how I messed up his name. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. But, we're hoping to get him, to be fully honest, I just want him to get on the mic and say, yo, check out my guy, Tom on YouTube. But, whatever happens. But yeah, he's mad cool. Check that out. It's definitely on D-Free's channel and on mine and stuff like that. But,
hey, Thomas.
What's up?
Not to interrupt. Was it you or D-Free that said, I think it was you that had just asked about the topic of if Ryan beat Dev, what does it mean? Or like, what does it mean for whoever loses?
That was me.
That was
you. Can I offer an opinion on that?
Of course.
I feel so if Dev beat Ryan in the boxing world, that's kind of that's what's expected, right? So if he beats Ryan, for Dev, it doesn't really move the needle for Dev unless Dev like dominates him. He doesn't have to knock him out. He just has to like dominate him and like beat him up bad. Because obviously we know Tank stopped him, but then there was a controversy behind the stoppage. He was already hurt and weight drain and all that jazz. But if Dev beats him up like bad, like and not knock him out, just beat him up bad, then people are gonna say something like, well, look what Dev was able to do over an extended period of time with the fully healthy, a person at 100%, blah blah blah. That's that people are not gonna be able to take that away from Dev. But on the flip side for Ryan, I think it's a win-win situation for him because in his perspective, if he beats Dev, we know that's gonna throw his ego over the mountaintop. It's gonna be the fact that you beat a person that was undisputed, the youngest to ever do it, moved up, became a two-time or a 2-divisional champ, and all this stuff that everybody is saying. He's one of the youngest, one of the young upcoming stars, if not already being a star right now, and one of the names that's big out there. And again, Dev is still young. He can bounce back from that. You know what I mean? But for Ryan, it just kind of boosts his stock. Now, if Ryan loses, from the flip side for Ryan, is that it boosts his resume from a standpoint that he would have the best resume out of both of them. Why? Because he fought Tank and Dev. The two biggest names on his resume would be two of the people that's at the very top in their divisions. And again, from undisputed. So I think for Ryan, it's a win-win situation for him. Obviously, it's more icing on the cake if he win, but if he lose, he's still not gonna walk away from a loser because he fought the best. He literally stepped in there with the best, and the outcome's gonna be the outcome. That's just kind of like when I was thinking about it. I think I actually said this some of that earlier when I was on Upper Echelon channel cooking on his panel with that too. I was like, just off of that perspective, like Ryan's in a win-win situation, bro. Dev is the one that got the most to lose if you had to choose between the two, but hell, he's still young enough where it's like, hey man, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but he got the skills to be able to transition to, you know what I'm saying? He can go from 135 to 147. You know what I mean? Just because how big he is.
Right.
I think that's a good point. But I also think it depends how he loses. Like,
yep, that's true.
It depends how he loses. Like if he gets washed versus Haney, which I think he could, but if he has moments, then yes. Like, if he has moments, is there Crush? Hold on, let me put it again. If he has moments,
it might be on my channel.
If he has moments, I believe, yeah, you're right. I think he's in a win-win situation. Like either way, he could bounce back, he could get another big fight and move up. But if he gets washed, I think people are going to start talking about Ryan. It's like, is he this prodigy? Is he as good as what people thought he was? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I think you're right. I think, but I also think it depends on how the outcome is. And honestly, I think he's a live dog. I mean, it's obvious he's the dog. I think he's a live dog because I do think he does possess that power. And we've seen Haney hurt before, so it can happen again. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But that's the beauty of boxing in the matchups.
Yeah.
What is my man? Hold on, my man Gano. Gano was good. Gano, haven't seen you in a minute. He said, "What if Ryan stops Haney? If Ryan stops Haney, that's big for him." What's up, Crush?
What's going on, Crush?
Crush is about to tear us a new one right now.
What's
Hey,
good,
going on?
OG?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Y'all cooking, man. I enjoy amazing cooks. I can go around and pop up and enjoy some good cooks, man, because some of these cooks lately ain't been good cooks, man. So I appreciate it. Just wanted to add on to this greatness y'all got going on, this great talk y'all got going on. And speaking on Ryan and Dev, yeah, it's a win-win for Ryan. But my question is this, and this pertaining to Devin Haney. And this is the part of boxing when we really find out how tough the Teflon is when they take a loss. Not that I want to see him lose. If the kid can beat all the top guys and really beat these guys and go out, not losing to him, good thing. But because of the admiration he gets from his fans, they say he's he's perfect. None of these boxers are perfect. None of them. They all lose. And I'm wondering, it doesn't matter who he lose to, but I'm wondering how would he bounce back if he take a loss? Because see, being at the top and getting all these praise, a lot comes with that. And we have seen in boxing that a lot of guys after they took a loss, some of them wasn't really built like that. They fell apart. They mentally just couldn't get themselves back together. But this is the fight we should be talking about. We should be talking about a fight that's happened, not a fight that's not happening between guys that's not in the same weight class. That shit is my nerves. Right now is about Ryan and Dev, not Tank, Ryan and Dev. Tank and Ryan already fought. It's about Ryan and Dev. They fight April 20th. I don't know if they're going to change it and put it on pay-per-view. I don't know. But it should be a good fight. I finally want to see it. I said that Ryan broke his cherry when he fought Tank, and he's finally getting in there with Devin Haney, who he avoided for years. You can no longer throw that at him because he's doing it now, just like the same thing with Tank. And think about the resume, because everybody is focused on Dev resume and Tank resume, man. Other guys is moving around. These resumes will probably wind up being better than the both of theirs. And this is a perfect example, because Ryan does have a better resume because he has both men on his resume. No matter if he loses to the both of them or not. We can't say that about those dudes. We can't say it. And I know how much they try to give Dev extra credit on his resume. It's not that much better. It's really fucking not, people. I need to stop it, okay? I need to stop it. But it's a 50-50 fight so far. Either one of these guys could win this fight. So if anybody thinking that, oh, it's a sure win for Dev, y'all tripping. Ryan shouldn't be counted straight out. Who knows? Ryan might look comfortable fighting against Dev. He faced a puncher, so he might not be afraid, worry about the power. But it's not the power that make fighters think 2 or 3 times about going in. I hate when people say that. Oh, hey, he got to have some power because they're not getting it. What y'all forgetting about boxing IQ? That's the most important thing. It's not about if a person can take a punch or not. It's about the boxing IQ. How can you get around the jab? How can you get around his hook? How can you slip his punches? And Dev has good punch placement. He has good timing, and he has good speed. That's why the guys is hesitant in getting in there. Y'all talking about this damn power. Everybody don't need power in boxing, and a lot of people have power. They may not have punching power, but they power rely in other parts of their skill set. So Dev does have power. It's just not punching power. Yes. He's a strong kid. I wish everybody get it straight. They've been running around for months and months and yapping and overcapping and all this nonsense. But I think it's going to be a good fight. Now, I seen the little running that they had. Man, it looked staged to me. It did, even if it ain't staged, they all look soft as goddamn cotton balls to me. Then Bill Haney, please, my man. You're my age, my man. You're my age. You're in your freaking 50s. Go sit down, man. Now you want to be jumping at Ryan like y'all was going to jump him. You should have had that energy when Bernard said, let's take a walk to the bathroom, my man. Come on, you listen. Y'all doing too much. y'all feeding this man too much. He be acting a little immature, man. And
yeah,
relax,
I agree.
man.
It's funny. It's funny you said that because when I showed Sock before I even put it on this video here, when I put because I posted the video here, I told Sock before that, and he says WWE style. So and it pretty much it looked pretty much staged, especially the way. That's why I pointed out the way they were pushing the bodyguards instead of the actual fighters. I thought that was pretty good. But hey, that's promoting the fight.
Yeah. And you know what I just thought about? I didn't even think about it till Crush started talking. What I just thought about, this is actually the first time that Devin Haney is actually facing somebody who is actually bigger than him. Ryan is bigger than Devin.
Yeah.
Height
What was
wise,
Luke Campbell?
Huh?
Who?
My bad. Go ahead, D3. I thought I was on mute. I was saying it out loud.
Devin is actually facing somebody who's actually bigger and longer than him, because Ryan is when we saw them face to face in that video, Ryan is taller and he has longer arms. Of course, Devin is the better boxer, but Ryan does have fast hand and he got power. I want to see how Devin actually pairs against somebody who's actually bigger than him, because we never seen that from Devin yet.
Yeah.
We never seen him fight somebody who's big. We've seen it from some of the other guys. They fought guys that was bigger than them, but we haven't seen that from Devin yet. So this actually, that portion of the fight kind of intrigues me, because what if Devin can't use the jab that he normally would be able to use? That's one of his weapons that he have in a fight, because his jab is not, his arm reach is not long enough to be able to get there and not get hit back, because that's what Devin usually used. He used the jab because he can put the jab out there and the other fighter can't hit him back because he's longer. But now you in there with somebody who's actually longer than you and who's bigger than you. Now he can touch you when you touch him. Mm-hmm. So what if Ryan throws a left hook when Dev throw that jab? Because that left hook is on the same side that Dev used the jab. Yeah. So now that face is open.
Yeah.
So that I want to see how Dev, how he adjusts to that, because I never even thought about it till Crush was talking. I was like, oh shit, Ryan is bigger than Devin.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting. I think. Sorry, A1. I think obviously Haney's the favorite, but it's intriguing because I brought this up before, the Derek James factor. Like, I mean, he had a bad year if you look at it, like, right? 2023. He's got to be motivated for this fight. I feel like, they're going to study more, and one of the things about Ryan is that people talk about is like his dedication, and does he take it serious or not? Can Derek James keep him focused and come up with a game plan, to defeat Haney? I mean, I think it's intriguing, and I do feel that Ryan has a legitimate shot at beating Haney in this fight.
And we got to remember, Ryan got confidence going into this fight because he has beaten Haney in the amateurs.
Yeah, he got the best out of the times they fought, right?
Yeah. I think they fought 3 times and Ryan won 2 of the 3.
So, hey, D3, so I was listening, but my thing cut out, and I thought you had said Ryan ain't fought nobody his size, and I was thinking, wait, wasn't Luke Campbell the same size? So and then when you reset it and said Dev, I'm like, I thought I was on mute because I was like, wait, like, did I just hear? And I was like, oh my god, but yeah, I think Ryan has fought somebody that's been smaller than him, around the same height as him, and obviously, like y'all said, him and Dev got history. So it's like he's very familiar with him, and like you said, he has a comfort level. And I think if they fighting at a weight class where it's kind of doing both of them maybe a little bit more justice, or allowing them to be a little bit more comfortable. And then Ryan had already been in there where he done been dropped twice, 3 times. Dropped once against Luke Campbell and then dropped twice against Tank, but stopped. But it's like he done been in there and got clipped on the chin and got up just fine. When he got up when Tank clipped him on the chin, it was like a flash knockdown. He got right back to it. Yeah. So he can take he know how to recover quick and take a punch. Yeah. It's like it's gonna be interesting because I know he's gonna be willing to, I wouldn't say sell out, but he's not gonna be afraid to try and not walk through their punches, but he's not gonna be afraid to go after it. Like he ain't
Yeah.
gonna be hesitant to like throw
Hey,
caution to the
But
wind and
I
hey,
see.
just thought about it.
what do you
I don't know if Dev punches is gonna be because I mean we all know Devin's the better boxer,
Mhm.
but when you facing somebody who is longer than you, you're you got to be the one to get in the inside now. It's not the other fighter that got to work their way to the inside. You're the one that got to work the way to the inside now. So I don't know if Ryan probably not going to be worried about Devin punches because Ryan could be on the outside and Dev got to be the one that got to get to the inside. I got to look at the arm reach. I think Ryan arm reach is longer or the same length as Devin's, but I know he's taller than Devin. But I think it's either longer or the same length. But either way, it's something that Devin's never faced before. Ryan faced that, but Devin's never faced that before.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good fight, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm glad that they fighting at this weight class instead of getting it on at 35 because the weight class is comfortable for both of those guys because they naturally bigger guys and they both been draining themselves. We know most of these fighters does it. It's not nothing out of the ordinary. So seeing these two tall, lengthy young men at a more natural weight is going to be very, very interesting. This should be a very exciting fight. One thing that I'm worrying about is with Ryan. What he tried, like D3 said, he don't have anything to fear. You see what I'm saying? As far as getting hurt or anything like that. Not saying that he's supposed to take anything for granted that Dev throws at it because it just take the right punch. You don't necessarily have to have any power behind it. It could be the right punch on the right nerve spot in the area, you can go down. But I'm wondering if he's gonna try to more so engage more so of an inside fight because we know both of these guys are not that's not really these strengths fighting on the inside. And I'm wondering if the fight gets like that, who would have the better chance on the inside. But it's very interesting to see. So it's pretty much dead even. I think Ryan has a 1-inch advantage over Devin Haney, if I'm not correct. It's no more than an inch.
I cheated. I looked it up. It's the other way around. So
Devin has one
yeah,
inch armor.
yeah, I cheated. I just looked it up while you guys were talking. 71 for Haney and 70 for Ryan.
It's pretty much the same. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the same. But it's gonna be a good one, man. Hopefully they put on an outstanding fight. Hopefully this fight won't be like lackluster, a bit like T.O. and Jermaine Ortiz. Don't want to see a main event like that again. And I hope they pump their brakes on putting T.O. on the main event. But Ryan and Dev is going to be an exciting fight. I'm up for this fight. It ain't too much I'm up for so far in 24 because we don't really know what's going to go on until it actually happens. Yeah. Nobody really put out a calendar because everything happened with Showtime and PBC and everything, so nobody really had the time to put out a full schedule like we all be looking forward to. But this is a fight that I'm looking forward to. I'm excited for this fight, man. It should be a good one. May the best man win. What they should do afterwards is worry about who's the next best thing at 140. Just my honest opinion.
Yeah, I think Devin might have the advantage on the inside. I don't think Ryan really has an inside game. Like Devin doesn't really have an inside game neither. But I think his inside game is better.
Is a little better? Yeah,
Ryan.
I was thinking that, D3.
Yeah, I think his inside game is better than Ryan's. Both of them are not that good in the inside, but I think Devin, because Devin has more of a variety of punches, I think Devin can shorten up his punches better than Ryan can.
Okay.
I think Ryan mainly relies on the hook. He don't really have an inside game. He really relies on the hook. He needs space for his shots.
Right. What's up, Ak?
What's up, Ak?
Well, yeah, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Thomas. What's good? V3. What's good?
What's going
A1.
on?
What's good? Crush. I'm just listening to y'all cook. I was like, you know what? I'm about to go on break anyway. Let me show my brother some love. My brother Thomas. He always showing love. So, you know what I mean? Jump on here, man. What y'all talking about? Devin and Ryan.
Ryan, yeah.
Yeah,
WWE.
we're on that. Yeah,
WWE.
What's good with it, Jab?
as we said, yeah, the whole little, that little play that they did, which I
Yeah,
thought was
yeah.
pretty
I look.
Yeah,
Let me tell you
man.
something. They are very smart. They look. If
good.
that pay per view do great, I'm not gonna be surprised. Like Bill about to jump in it and all of that. Let me tell you something, yo. If I ever do a movie, I gotta find Bill. If I ever do a boxing movie, Bill don't even gotta audition.
Right.
Bill gonna be right on it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
let me
absolutely.
just say, salute to both of those guys, though. You know, from a fighter aspect, you know, I'm glad that Devin kind of removed that stigma because there was looking like there was a point where he was just fighting older guys. You know, I just gotta call a spade a spade. So I'm glad that he's fighting somebody that he knows, you know, from the amateurs that's in his age bracket. And Ryan. I'll give him credit too, but I kind of felt like he kind of had nowhere else to go. If it was up to him, he would be fighting Roland, who everybody feels is the weakest champion at
Yeah,
140. And if he was my guy, I would have told him to go after Rolly too. You know, from a business aspect, I want you
Hmm.
to become a champion. You know what I mean? Just get that, and then if you gotta fight somebody like Devin, do it in the unification because it's more work and there's more dollars behind it. But I'm not mad that it went down how it went down. I think Pitbull Crew is gonna beat Rolly anyway. I got Pitbull in that fight.
mm,
Um,
And
yeah,
once Jab done, I
y'all
was
was
gonna
saying?
jump back in on it.
No, no, no. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say salute to you, bro. I know it's been a minute since I done been on the panel or seen you around. It sound like you've been busy. I was gonna say I alluded to the same thing, saying like for Ryan, bro, like it literally kind of well, I can say I was gonna say damn near it pretty much eliminates the stigma he had before, where it was like he was full of cap, and you know what I mean. Remember how he used to just be all talk, come up with excuses, this, that, and the third. So when he said like, "Nah, I'm back and I'm taking boxing serious and I'm pursuing the best fights I possibly can," like I can honestly say like, dude, a man of his word, because he done within 2 years he done made like the best fights in the past 2 years more than anybody. You know what I mean? Like he made it. He fought Tank. Now he fight the fight. He about to fight Dev in
Yeah.
less than a 12-month time frame. It was like that's insane. That's enough for me to say, okay, I take back on some of what I said. I got a newfound respect for the fact that you dedicated yourself to it and you actually doing what you saying, which is challenging yourself to fight the best. And a lot of these other fighters say they want this and that, but it's like if they saying this and that, how the hell is Ryan able to go and get these fights like that quick? You know what I mean? Like that's absurd.
So
yeah,
yeah, A1, and everybody that was so hard on Ryan, y'all got to get that man his respect. If not, if you don't want to give him his respect publicly, shut the fuck up about it. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because he's actually making things happen. He's one of the few guys, and we must give him his flowers on this. He's one of the very few guys that's really out there testing himself.
yeah,
He's really out there pitting himself against the best names in the sport of boxing. No one can discredit him for that. I wouldn't allow anyone to do that to him. So he gets utmost respect. I like that. We finally seen it. We've been asking about it, yelling about it. We finally seen it. We seen some maturity in Keyshawn Davis. I like the maturity. Hopefully he stays that way. So we starting to see something a little different. And I think Ryan had to sit back and think about it. Like, dude,
Yeah.
you got something going on. You might well go ahead 10 toes down, man, and make the best of it because he really shouldn't be afraid. He's good, and he can beat some of these guys. You know what I mean? So we should see. We should see.
Yeah.
I
I
think
didn't
I think
say
the
which
problem.
guys he can beat. I just said some of
Yeah,
these guys.
Yeah.
I think my
If you
number one
think
problem with Ryan is I think he's sensitive. I think he takes a lot of what people say seriously. Like
yeah.
he has all these Twitter followers or Instagram followers, whatever it is. I think he takes a lot of it seriously. I think he really reads into what people talk about him. I mean, I know he's tried to make the fight. He made the fight with Tank, but he also made some excuses, and those were bad decisions that he made. I mean, he should have never agreed to whatever catch weight or whatever stipulations they had. That's on him. I know he tried to make the fight. You know, that's an excuse at the end of the day, and I think that Ryan, it's how do I say this? That Ryan is kind of, damn, I can't find the right word, but it's something about that Ryan that I don't trust, right? Because I think he reads into what people are saying, and I don't know if he takes his craft as serious. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe now he's got this fight, and I think after this one loss, and with Derek James coming off the year he had, I think he has no choice but to take it seriously. But is he? I see in the chat, Jay Dixon brought up a good point. Is he going to pull out this fight? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna go through with this fight? I think that's a good legitimate question. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
So
think so. I don't
yeah.
think so, Thomas. The reason why I
Mhm.
say that is you gotta understand how Ryan feels. He don't watch, and I'm not counting Tank because Tank is their elder. I'm talking about Dev and Shakur. They 2, 3 time champions over. He's like the kid that grew up on my block that everybody had the PlayStation 2, and then he got it late. He got it like 2, 3 years after. He's that guy. So imagine you seeing your contemporaries becoming 2 division, 3 division world champions, and his name was mentioned in the Four Kings, and you just got to sit back and watch these dudes become champions 2 times, 3 times over, and look how he's feeling. He's gonna try his hardest in my mind to really try to win this fight against Dad,
Yeah, I mean,
especially after that loss with Tank.
yeah,
Yeah, go
He
ahead,
hanging his hat
Beatrice.
on that
I think
paycheck.
I don't think he pulls out because at this point, really neither one of those fighters had nowhere to go. Like Dev, he was either going to fight Ryan Garcia or he was going to fight Sandor Martin. He had those two fights on the table. That was it. He didn't have no other fight on the table. It was either Sandor Martin or it was Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, all he had was Devin. He pulled out the fight Rolly, but that fight got pulled from him. So he ain't had nothing but to go back to Dev. So I don't think neither one of these guys pull out because I don't think they have anything else. This is the biggest fight between the both of them that they can make. But the one thing I will give Ryan credit for, out of the original Four Kings, like people had them, Ryan is the only one that fought two of them when he get in the ring with Dev. He's the only one
Facts,
that fought two
facts,
of them.
Yep.
facts.
Thanks,
Now Tank fought one of them, but Ryan will be the only one that fought two of them.
That's a good
So
point.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give him credit for that because a part of the original Four Kings, it was Devin, Tank, Ryan, and Tio. Now Ryan already been in there with Tank. Now he's about to get in there with Devin, so he will be the only one that has fought two of them.
Hey, and just to also piggyback off what Jab was saying too, I think a lot of it is how you were saying how his contemporaries counterparts is a lot of them is saying, they multi-division champions and stuff like that. I think
Facts.
Ryan's only rebuttal to it is y'all can be all these, but you can't spend them divisional champs. I made this amount of money with tanking, and so this. I think that's the only thing he kind of dangle in front of them, like so they kind of need each other. The same thing I said when I was talking, like me, I was having a conversation with KO on a different platform or channel, and I was just telling him the same thing. I was like, Tank done did everything from when it comes to a pay-per-view and money standpoint, so you can't take that away from him, but from an accolade standpoint, I got to see him have that fight. That's like that fight for him. Like everybody in their career had that fight where it's like, okay, your level of competition, you fighting against somebody that they saying arguably is on the same level as you. It's a 50-50 fight or something of that nature. Somebody that's going to truly test you and see if you really have all the tools in the toolbox or they going to make you use more of it. I was like, Tankin did everything on side A. Now we need to see on side B for him to get that accolades perspective because we know he the money man. So it's like, what else can you do? Obviously they go hand in hand, but we want to see him fight the best. And the same thing goes with kind of every other fighter. It's like at some point, people are going to be saying the same thing, damn near probably pretty soon. about Abdullah, Abdullah Mason. They're gonna be saying the same thing because you can clearly see he head and shoulders above like every other prospect that's in that same. So people gonna soon gonna say, hey, we gotta start seeing, a different. They gonna start clamoring for Morris, and we need a higher level of competition to see is he truly like that, or is it just there's a gap and discrepancy as far as the competition he's fighting because we're throwing him in there with guys that we know he should get out of there, but it's allowing him to work on things on national TV. It's gonna happen sooner than a lot of people think because we see the talent, we see everything that's there, and it's just like in the case of Ryan and Deb, bro, it's like it's different, man. When you look at certain things that people gonna pick apart of it, but they not gonna sit back and like look at the fact that this has the potential to be a really damn good fight because you got questions that's going to be answered that night on both sides.
Yeah.
Well, Mason, like Angel Diaz said, he's 19, so we got a couple more years. But I mean, he looks like he has the goods already, which is great. I mean, Mason is obvious. Abdullah Mason is the future. I mean, he's a monster, and he's only 19 years old. So let's see how Top Rank is known for, matchmaking well and kind of putting it, their fighters in a better, in good situations. So let's see what they do with Abdullah.
I don't think you need to matchmake him well. I think he's ready for just
I
about
think so
anybody.
too.
Yeah, I agree, D3.
I agree. I agree. I'm just saying what I think what Top Rank is going to do. But absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, they need to put him in there with some stiffer because the guys that they put him in there with, they got some
experience,
mileage. They got some mileage, but they not on the level that they need to be on to be in there with Abdullah because like he's making easy work out of these guys. Like this man got 12 fights, only 2 of them went the distance.
Yeah.
And he just started fighting 8-round fights.
Yeah.
So he was finishing these guys within 4 and 6 rounds. So I mean, they not on the level of him. So they got to put him in there with some stiffer competition because you wasting his talent because this guy's 19 and he's already above heads above all of those prospects. Like. I have him as the best prospect at 135. I don't care about Williams Zepeda. I don't care about Keyshawn. I don't care about none of those other prospects at 135. He's above all of those guys at 135.
I can't even consider Keyshawn a prospect anymore because I look at it different, especially Olympians. When Olympians come out and turn pro, I don't think they're prospects anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Keyshawn is a prospect anymore.
That's even worse. If you don't look at Keyshawn as a prospect, Abdullah is still better than him.
Yeah. No, I know, I get that. I'm just saying, like, I don't consider Keyshawn a prospect.
He's not a prospect anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
But so they got to put him in there with some stiffer competition.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have had him in there with Williams Zepeda. I mean, with Jose Zepeda. I mean,
I think they're going to matchmake him well. I don't think they're going to put him with anybody, as he develops his man strength. So I don't think they're going to put him in there with any big hitters or anything like that. So,
hey, can I answer J.A. Dixon question? He said, how long until Mason moves to 140? I honestly is saying since he's 19, he probably got another few years before he has to. Because when you're younger, you can shred that weight easy, and the fact that he seems so dedicated and focused on his craft, he could probably maintain that weight as long as probably at least like the next 4 to 5 years, easy. Because if he dedicated.
I'm gonna speak from myself. When I play football, I normally weigh 185, but by the end of the night, I say early in that morning, I can wake up weighing probably somewhere around 190, 193. By 12 o'clock, I'd be somewhere around 182, 183. Because with my metabolism, it was so high that I don't have to do much, and I would lose weight easy. Like I literally could not keep weight on. I could literally gain weight early in that morning. By that afternoon, that weight is gone. And that I see that the same with Abdullah because he's an athlete. He's always training. So yeah, he's 19 years old. He weighing 135. He can put on 10 pounds tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, he's back at 135. Because it doesn't take that much for a kid that age to lose weight. Like somebody my age now, I'm 48 years old. My age now, it would take me probably a month to lose 10 pounds. but
real quick, let me give a
ahead.
shout out to my man Jose Carrion. Jose, thanks for coming through. Happy birthday! It was Jose's birthday yesterday, or a few hours ago, technically. Happy birthday, Jose! Thanks for coming through. Go ahead, guys. Sorry,
when I was 21, I could lose 10 pounds and like that. I mean, it was nothing for me to lose 10 pounds. So I think Abdullah Mason, he could be at 135 until he's roughly around 23, 24, if he chooses to. If he chooses to move up because he said, hey, I'm not getting the fights that I want at 135, I want to move up, or there's no competition for me at 135, I want to move up, he could. But if he wanted to stay at 135, he could stay at 135 till he's about 23, 24 years old.
Yeah, I think, I mean, he's got a few years, but I'll be interested to see how they move him because 135 is pretty stacked. There's a lot of good fighters at that weight. So let's see what they do. And then under the top rank banner as well. So it's pretty interesting to see what they do with Abdullah Mason going forward.
Right.
Andy Cruz is good, but I don't think he got nothing for Abdullah. I think Abdullah kills Andy Cruz. I think he kills Andy Cruz.
But let me ask you a question: what about Keyshawn Davis versus you hear me? I almost say Keyshawn Johnson, the football player. What about Keyshawn Davis versus Andy Cruz?
I think that's a bad fight for Keyshawn because Andy Cruz know how to punch from different angles. Keyshawn has a problem with people with footwork, and we saw that with Pedraga yesterday. Pedraga was giving him some fits at times when he was coming in different angles. It took a minute for Keyshawn to be able to catch Pedraga. Once he caught him, it was just a matter of time because Pedraga, he got mileage on him. And it doesn't take much when a guy been beat multiple times and he got mileage on him. All it takes is one good shot and you can pretty much get him out of there. But Pedraga was giving him problems, especially like the first 3 rounds. If you look at the first 3 rounds, look what Pedraga was doing to Keyshawn, and look how Keyshawn was just throwing punches just to keep Pedraga off him. He wasn't throwing punches to land punches. He was throwing punches to keep Pedraga off him because Pedraga was coming in. He was using his head movement to get inside and throw punches, and he was catching Keyshawn a couple of times.
Yeah.
But once Keyshawn was able to land some shots on Pedraga and slow him down, he was able to pick him apart. But Andy Cruz, I don't think he can hit Andy Cruz as easy as he hit Pedraga. Because Andy Cruz not going to come in there with that herky-jerky movement. He's going to come in there with literally movement. Like, you literally going to have to turn and reset when you fighting Andy Cruz. It's not the same as fighting Pedraga. And I think that gives Keyshawn fits. Somebody that has the footwork that Andy Cruz has.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Andy Cruz in a big fight within the next year, only because he's 28 years old. So I wouldn't be surprised, and he's been in the amateurs for a long time as well. And he has that Cuban pedigree.
What sanctioning body was that belt that he got? I can't remember what sanctioning body that was.
I don't know. I mean, it one of those continental joints.
I think
it's like a regional belt, right? That's what they do with those continental joints. It's like regional.
Y'all see they're fast tracking him too right now too. I said you see they're fast tracking him. Isn't he already fighting like 10 rounders or something like that?
Yeah, his first fight was a 10-rounder. His first fight was a 10-rounder.
Yeah, I mean he's been an amateur for a long time. He's 28. So and
they're trying to make him. They're trying to make him like David Morrell. Like,
they're gonna move him. They're gonna try to move him quick. And because like I said, he's a gold medalist, right? And he's Olympian in the Cuban pedigree. So I think I could see him in a big fight within the next year.
Yeah, he's gonna fight for interim belt or a championship within the next year or two.
Yeah.
He's gonna have
Cano said
he's gonna probably
IBF.
have he's gonna probably have about 5 fights, and he's gonna be fighting for an interim or a championship with 5 fights.
Yeah, Canito says IBF international belt.
Yes,
Okay, with the IBF.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll probably be fighting. So that means he's in a sanctioning body with Loma and Cambosis. Yeah, Loma and Cambosis. So I could see him getting a fight with Cambosis within the next couple of months.
You took the word right out of my goddamn mouth, man. I was about to say I can see them feeding Cambosis to him.
Yeah, I could see him getting a fight with Cambosis within the next couple of months.
Unless Cambosis can pull off the upset, which I don't see happening.
Man, hell no.
I don't see Cambosis pulling off the upset either.
Yeah, I don't like Cambosis. In order for Cambosis to pull off the upset with Loma, he literally has to have some punching power. Like, just being a boxer that Cambosis is, you're not going to upset Loma like that. You literally have to have some type of punching power. Because I mean, let's be honest, it was anybody's fight at the 12th round when he fought Devin. If he would have won that 12th round, he would have won that fight against Devin.
TO2.
So it wasn't that close with Cambosis. It wasn't that close neither one of those fights. Devin beat Cambosis easy both of those fights. So for Loma to be that close with Devin, Cambosis ain't beating Loma.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm gonna move over to Ak because I know Ak is on break, so I'm gonna let Ak cook a little bit. Go ahead, Ak.
My fault. I missed the point. I was trying to get back in. Like sometimes it logs you all the way out. I was still listening. You guys were talking about Keyshawn Davis, but what exactly?
Yeah, Keyshawn and a little bit of Andy Cruz. I got a question for you when you finish, though. But,
well, I feel like they moving Keyshawn Davis right. I like what I see. I like how he looked against Pedraza. Even I always liked the Pedraza, man. You know what I mean? I kind of felt like that was one of those fights where you have to fight the gatekeeper to move to that next level. They do that to all the prospects. That seems to be like a real theme with Top Rank, especially. So I like what I see with him. As far as Andy Cruz, I gotta see more on the pro level, but as an amateur, he was an amazing amateur. You know what I mean? Andy Cruz was an amazing amateur, but sometimes that doesn't always translate to the pros.
That's true.
When it comes to Americans or when it comes to Cubans. So, it goes both ways. I remember my coach, he came up in the amateurs with Mark Breland. Even though Mark Breland was a 2-time world champion in the pros, he still wasn't as, great to, like my coach said, he felt like he was a way better amateur, and you get that rarity where you get people that are both. I feel like Andy Cruz, he still got a lot more to prove and show to people. I think that he'll be all right, though. I think he'll be all right. They're moving him kind of fast. I hope it doesn't, affect what he's going to do, kind of similar to my primo Robisi. Robisi, he took another loss. Hopefully he can bounce back from it. So hopefully they're not moving him too fast. Because only certain dudes I feel like you can move kind of fast. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Lomachenko's style did translate kind of well to the program. I gotta give him that. It did translate kind of better. Go ahead.
No, well, with Andy Cruz, I think at 28, and because of the experience he has in the amateur, I think it's okay as long as he wants it. I think it's okay for him to move, for him to be moved kind of quick. I think,
Okay.
especially in my opinion, I just think, because if they got the Olympic pedigree, then why not? And especially he's a gold medalist, so why not? I've seen gold medalists get shots before. The one notable Olympian for me, gold medalist that got the early shot was Leon Spinks against Ali. Some say that was controversial, but he got a shot after like seven
Yeah,
pro
yeah,
fights.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think I have no problem with Andy Lee
Also,
moving.
remember Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell too.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. So I have no issue with that. Luke Campbell was around for a while as well, and he fought some good names. So
yeah, he's around for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Campbell,
and then my question to you, Ak, what gym do you train out of? Do you train out in Harlem? Ak? I don't know.
My fault. I was talking. My fault. I
Yeah.
wasn't on me. I was training at a church, Church Street Boxing Club for a while, but now I'm over in the gym in Jersey.
Okay, all right. I was gonna ask to see if you was at Mendez, if you know about
No,
Mendez.
not Mendes, but I know about Mendes.
Okay, yeah, because I know a guy that's he's on the card this Friday. He trains out of Mendez and stuff. So I was just curious, maybe if you knew him. That's why I asked. So because I know you're Harlem. And then
What's his
speaking of that,
name?
are you looking to go next week?
Oh, I gotta still hit you up on that because I'm supposed to be, Valentine's Day is kind of next week and all of that. So I had to hit you up on the back end about that.
Oh,
I
yeah, no
might try to
worries.
bring
Yeah.
Shorty. I might try to bring Shorty with me if you want. If she want to go, you know what I mean. But we kind of like, I forgot that fell on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, like
I
a
did
couple
kind
days.
of
Yeah.
forget that.
Well, hit me up tomorrow, if anything. But
All
yeah,
right,
I just
all
wanted to
right.
ask you before I forget. But yeah, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead, Crush. I think Crush wanted to say something. Go ahead.
No, you good.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else got anything. I kind of like ran out of steam. But yeah, we've been
What
going
did you
at it. I
think
mean,
about
this
the
was
fight
yeah.
last night, Thomas? Not to cut
Oh,
you off. What did you think?
we spoke about that. I thought that was, a lot of us kind of felt the same way. A couple people had it a draw, and then other people had it for Jermaine Ortiz in a boring
Okay.
fight. I personally had it for Jermaine Ortiz. I had it 8 rounds to 4 for Ortiz.
Okay. I thought he edged it too myself. I thought he edged it too myself. Um, I was kind of a little disappointed in what's his name, Tio. I kind of thought Tio. I expected him the way that entrance was. I thought I wasn't going to see the show,
Yeah,
but it turned out to be a circus. Exactly the theme. Turned out,
yeah, yeah,
but what I will say is I got to give Jermaine Ortiz a lot of credit. You know, what I mean, he kind of took it on the chin like a grown man. He said he wanted to come back in the ring ASAP.
yeah. He did say that. He didn't take much damage except, the headbutt. So. But I mean, I thought Ortiz could have done more. I thought he had opportunities to done more. I mean, I brought this up earlier also. He could have thrown the straight right. The straight left hand was there for him, not the right. The straight left was there, like on the counter. It was there the whole night, and he didn't really throw it as much. And when he did throw it, he landed. So I thought, and then I thought he was a bigger guy. So I don't know why he was really that much, on the back foot. But he had a game
I
plan. It
think
seemed to
Tio.
work.
I think Tio was stronger, Thomas. So I think he knew that. Like that's
Yeah.
one thing
I
I
think
can say.
yeah.
Tio seemed more athletic. He looked like the better boxer, but Tio seemed like the more athletic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I kind of seen that.
Yeah.
But I did think he won. You know what I mean? He boxed the shit out of Tio. Man.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, I just thought Ortiz could have done a little bit more and made it, very, hands down that he won the fight. But, that's still live and you learn. I mean, I don't agree with it, but we'll see what happens going forward. I just wonder what Tio's going to do next. So,
Probably hold on to that belt as long as he can till he got to
yeah, of
defend it.
course. Yeah. I mean, the best thing I would want to see is Matias maybe working out a deal with Top Rank, which doesn't look like it's
Oh,
going to happen. But it looks like he's
that's
going to take a
in a
match.
perfect world,
Yeah,
Thomas. In a perfect world, that's exactly who I would want him to fight
of course.
because he had a lot to say about Puerto Rican fighters.
Yeah,
So why don't you go fight that dude?
yeah,
But
and fight him here in New York.
I promise you. I don't look. Let me tell you. As long as Matias gets his hands on him, that's all I can. It would be beautiful if I was in New York. But as
Yeah,
long as Matias can get his hands on him, and then we can really see where you are.
yeah,
Because one thing about Matias is, you know, and God forbid, you know, you may either die or you're gonna be in the hospital. You're gonna be in the hospital.
yeah,
You go on one or the other with Matias. You know what I mean? So I don't think T.O. want that. I don't think a lot of dudes don't want that. A
yeah.
lot of dudes don't want that.
Real quick, let me just read this because I want to ask Gano a question. Gano says Top Rank is going to get Tio an opponent he can look good against to get his stock back up. But who, Gano? Who are they going to get that's respectable, that is going to capture the intrigue of fans to watch? I mean, Ortiz, it's not a big name, but people were intrigued in the fight because of what Ortiz did with Loma. So people were intrigued. I mean, who can Top Rank get? So that's my
They get
question.
Top Rank can get Bud.
Tio's not gonna fight Bud because he
Yo,
already said a catch weight. He didn't even want. He said catch weight. So
yo,
that's not
listen,
happening.
listen. I would love that fight too. I forgot about that one. I would love that fight. Because Theo had a lot to say about Terrence Crawford. But I just think that he's just using it kind of like Terrence Crawford said on Twitter, just to say, what I mean, clout chase. He
Yeah,
ain't serious.
that's a good point, Jay Dixon. I think rematch Sandor. Come out and say, you know what, you guys don't think I can fight a guy like a guy that could box and move around. Give me Sandor again. Let's make that happen. And let's see if he could close the show. Or let's see if he makes if he wins convincingly. Because the last fight when he fought Sandor, a lot of people thought Sandor won, including myself. So yeah, that's
I
a good
thought
idea.
Sandor won too.
Yeah,
I thought it should have been truthfully, Thomas, if we really want to get technical. Theo shouldn't even be a two division world champion. It should have been Sandor Martin versus Jack Catterall.
yeah. Why
Because I
not?
thought
Yeah,
Josh Taylor
absolutely.
lost that fight with Catterall, and I thought Tito lost against Sandor Martin. So I
Yep.
thought it should have been them two, and then if them two, Josh Taylor and Tio would have fought, they could have fought the winner of that.
Yeah. No, you're right. Because if he loses to Sandor like he should have, he would have never got the title shot. So, absolutely, I totally agree. Versus Matia would be the best fight, but Matias is with PBC. Ganito, he's not with PBC anymore. He's a free agent, and he's about to sign a deal with Matchroom. Last I checked, I'll probably know more Tuesday because I'm gonna speak with somebody that knows him. We had him on last week, Ricardo Figueroa. He knows their team, so maybe he might know more. But it looks like he's gonna sign with Matchroom, and he's gonna take a fight in Puerto Rico to fight. What is the guy's name? Liam something from Australia. Uh, he's like the number 3
Yeah,
ranked in the IBF.
is that the guy that fought?
That's
My
the dude
fault,
that
my
beat
fault.
Montana. That's the dude that beat
Yeah,
Montana
yeah,
Love.
yeah. That's what I was
Yeah, the guy that
gonna
beat
ask.
Martina
Yeah,
Love.
you read
Yes,
my mind. That's what I was
Paro.
gonna ask.
Yes,
That's
Paro. Yes. So that's the rumor that he's going to sign a matchroom deal, and the first fight is with Paro. So in Puerto Rico, that's what they're saying. So
My
yeah,
money's on that dude.
Paro. You're a jerk. You try to troll me?
Actually,
You trolling me?
he could fight. He could fight.
Yeah, he
No,
can. I'm with
he
G
can
Free
fight.
on that. He showed me a lot. He showed me a lot. He started off a little slow, but it was a slow build to Montana Love's downfall.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, hold on, what's going on here now? And he just
That
started
dude can
getting
fight.
busy.
Hey, don't be surprised if he upset Matias, because Matias been beat before. So don't be surprised if he upset him, because he could fight.
Well, if it's in Puerto Rico, I don't think he'll win a decision in Puerto Rico, depending on how the fight plays out. We know Matias' defense is
Shoot,
his
let's go to
base.
that fight. Let's go to that fight, Thomas. Let's go to Puerto Rico. Shoot,
Yeah.
I
I want to go
what,
back.
Thomas,
I had a good time.
he didn't have to worry about the judges when he fought Montana, so maybe he might not have to worry about the judges.
Yeah.
He
We'll
stopped
see.
Montana
I mean,
Love. He
I'm
ain't go to a
curious.
decision. He stopped him.
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
also
he
heard
sure
that
did.
his hands are not completely healed yet. So I'll probably find out more about that as well. That they were working on his hands that was last week. So I don't know how his hands are. So
You talking about
Hey, I got a
Matias? You talking
Matias,
about
yeah.
Matias? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a question for y'all. Who the hell is Ismael Barroso gonna fight next?
Well, Jay Dixon says he could fight. That's a good fight. That's a good fight matchup wise for Tio.
Oh, he said that in the chat.
No, Jay Dixon
Yeah.
saying that he could fight Barbosa. So
Oh,
as you ask the
Yeah.
question, this is his answer. This is his
Hey,
answer.
I'm gonna tell you like this. That fight, Tio can win. He can win that fight, but Tio can also get stopped in that fight.
That would be great. I would love
Yo, they say Rolly said he hits hard. Rolly
No,
admitted that. He said Barroso hit hard.
That's what Ohio Davey said too. You saw the look on his face when he got
Yeah,
hit.
yeah, yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. As soon as he got clipped, his eyes started looking crazy. Like, what the hell?
No, but
Yeah, but
I mean, if Tio try to bum rush Barossa hit him with one of them daggone old man hooks. It's gonna be a good night, Tio.
Ganito, I don't know about that because when he fought Josh Taylor didn't fight in almost like 2 years, and the fight before, Josh Taylor looked bad against Catterall. He should have lost that fight. He got dropped.
He should have lost. He got dropped and
So I
everything.
don't know about the danger part. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
What's up, D-Man Jr.? D-Man Jr., what it does, what it do, what it does.
What the hell kind of shit is that? Yeah, I was gonna say, who the fuck say what it does?
What it does.
D-Man Jr., he sleep. That's what it is. He sleep.
Well, he's on West Coast time. He's in the West Coast, so he's earlier than us. It's 2:43 here, so it's what 11:43 for him. 11:41.
Nah, I got it. It's a 3-hour difference.
Matter of fact,
yeah.
A1 is in the West Coast. He in Cali.
Yeah, so y'all in the D-Man and him in the same time.
No, I'm in Midwest right now. Well, until Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you an hour behind. You on Central Time, so it's 1:42 where you at.
Yep, Central Time with no kids, man.
A1 is
He said
worldwide.
Central Time with no kids.
That's why I'm up on this live cooking with y'all, man. Otherwise, if I was up on kids.
You ain't got no kids. I'm at work all night, and at 7 o'clock in the morning, I got to get all my grandkids, all of them.
You tripping?
Until 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Talking about no sleep.
D3, how many grandkids you got? How many grandkids you got?
We got 7 and got one on the way.
Oh Jesus! God bless. God bless.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I mean, none of them are my biological grandkids. These are my stepkids. But I've been there since
okay.
Yeah, but
yeah, that's what I was about to say. But yeah, they gonna always look at you as their grandpa.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm pop up to all of them. Like I was there when all of them was born. I was at the hospital and all that when all of them was born. My biological kids, I only got 2. Well, technically 3 now. That's old enough to have kids. My other 2 kids, they not old enough yet. But I got 3 that's technically old enough to have kids now, but none of them got kids. My daughter, she better not have no damn child until she get married. She just turned 18. She just turned 18 4 days after my birthday. Her birthday 4 days after mine. So she just turned 18. I said, you grown now, but that still means you can't have no kids till you get married. And she said, I'm not having no kids.
I hear that. No, I hear that.
I feel you.
I hear that.
Yeah, my kids, my daughter just went to sleep. My daughter's 17. She's gonna about to graduate high school, and then my son is 18. But yeah. But what I wanted to mention
Oh,
before that was as long as I've known D Free here in the U2 streets, I don't think he's ever slept ever. I think he's been awake for the last 30, 40 years. I think he's a
Nah,
vampire,
see what it
man.
is. What it is. I sleep during the day. Like even though I'm on the live with people, like I be in the chat, I say what's
Yeah.
up, and then I take a nap, and then I
Okay.
wake back
Okay.
up, and y'all still be live, and I just start chatting again. I sleep during the day because my wife work at night, and I'm usually at work with her. So when she works, I'm at work, and then we both get off in the morning. So normally during the day, I get my sleep during the day. But like somebody like if Tia come on live, I know T gonna be live for like 6-7 hours. So I come in the chat and say what's up, and then I doze off and wake up, and he still be live,
Hmm.
and I just pick back up with the conversation. But
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
You
not a
better
lot
than
of
at
me.
night
yeah.
I don't sleep at night.
Hey, look, D-Man to my son. He at work right now. I'm a hater. Hey, you better get your ass off that phone and get fired stealing boxes.
Yo, guys, I think I'm gonna close it up today for right
Alright.
now. But any
all right,
you guys
bro.
got your last words? You guys can say your last words, and then
Uh, I, I, I'll go
I'll
first
talk
because
to you guys behind the scenes and stuff like that.
I'll go first, man. And yeah, man. Salute to all you guys, man. It was fun. You know what I mean? I like building with different people in the culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely dope. It's my first time being on your joint, Thomas. Hopefully, it won't be the last. I should have known. Like only a dude from New York City would be up this late. Only us.
Well,
Only us. A city that never sleep for real.
well, you know, the reason is I want to do another show during the week. It's hard to find a slot, and then I do it with my friend Sock. And Sock knows a lot of people in the game, so he brings people. And Friday night it
Okay,
seems like the
okay.
only night we could do it, so that's why we do. I would like to do another night. I have no problem with that. So, but we once a week is fine. I mean, we do this for fun. We don't just do boxing; we do other sports as well. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
man,
okay,
if we
okay.
could come up with something during the week, I have no problem with that. D Free is always available too, as you know, he never sleeps. So yeah, but for sure, and just for just so you guys know, I've met Ak. Ak is a cool dude. He's one of the nicest dudes ever. So I've met Ak in real life, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
only
yeah.
30 minutes away. So
Yeah, facts. That we had a good time too, bro.
yeah.
At that Wilder fight. You know,
Yeah.
we gonna get up at another fight, bro. We gonna get up. It's just my schedule will change with me working overnight and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of hard for me now. But yo, salute to all you guys. I'm gonna be live on my other channel, Comic Cons, my kids channel, man. Make sure y'all check me out and be on around afternoon 2ish. You know what I'm saying? And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my boxing channel if you have been. Yo, peace out, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Jab
Holla at me,
Jamboree.
Thomas.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. We'll talk. I'll hit you up tomorrow for sure.
All right, peace, bro.
All
Y'all
right,
take
bro.
care. Crush A1. Y'all stay up.
All
All
right.
right, be easy, bro.
Have a good night.
I'm probably gonna do a live tomorrow too, Tom. It's probably early. I'm trying to think of a time. Shit, probably whenever I wake up, probably just gonna pop on. So probably be
Okay.
about 10 or 11 a.m. your time, somewhere right around that time. Probably hop on for about an hour because I don't think nothing going on early in the day for a Saturday. So probably hop on for probably just a little quick little live, tap in with everybody. All started approaching and get some, my little 2 cents on this whole, trades and trade deadline and all that
Yeah, yeah.
noise. And so yeah, just a quick cook. I probably hop on. So I didn't set a thumbnail or nothing. So I probably wake up early, throw it on there, and then hop on whenever it go live for it. But nah, man, appreciate you letting me on. Like I said, hey, if I ain't got the
Absolutely.
kids and ain't nothing going on, the wife is doing her own thing. Hey, I happily hop on any panel and cook out, man. And
Absolutely. Yeah,
I
for
I
sure.
appreciate you letting me on. And by the way, D-Man talking
What he said?
he said my mustache is little and he work in the hospital. He cool. Hey,
That's
that's
funny.
because you like master Splinter's special little brother. That's what it's about somebody with a mustache. You got them whiskers, boy. You know, that boy like an overgrown possum over here talking shit.
You got oh
But no,
man.
I appreciate you, Thomas.
Nah, I
I'm gonna let
appreciate
you
you,
go
man.
ahead, bro.
A1 always out here supporting everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I was just supporting. I don't watch basketball like I used to. I mean, if we talk old basketball, I can talk I know basketball from back in the day
Hmm.
when I used to play just, in the streets here. But yeah, for sure. I'll check it out. If you go live, I'll be there.
Appreciate it. So it's tough, man. If you depending on the age bracket you in, like pretty much if you're an '80s baby, it's hard to watch the game now or have the same love
Yeah,
for it because all the players and what we grew up watching and what we appreciate, it's been watered down into something else. It's like very
yeah,
prima donna kind of diva type stuff, and it's like, bro, we don't rock with this. What the hell is this?
yeah. No,
But
that's how I feel. You can't
mhm,
play defense anymore. I mean, it's like football. I love football, and it's the same thing. You can't play defense in football either. So what
yep,
can you do?
yep. I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of this so you can go ahead and get to your thing, man.
You already know. Crush, you there? The greatest man alive. I think he might have stepped away. He might be working. I know he works late as well. He might have stepped away. He's not on mute, so I'm not sure where's he at. But I appreciate Crush for coming on. Uh, Crush is dope. Crush is one of the smartest guys I know. He knows how to put his words together. I wish I knew how to put my words together like a lot of you YouTubers out there. I'm just here just to bring on the guests and let them cook. I, I have knowledge as well, but I'm still learning how to put my words together like a lot of you guys. And Crush is one of those guys that can do that. So Crush, he has a channel as well, Crush the Legend, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys check him out. He does great work. He drops videos and he breaks down fights as well, stuff like that. And he's very very adamant when it comes to the three guys that everybody talks about, which is Haney, Tank, and is it Shakur? Shakur. So, but he gives his reasoning and pretty on point. So, gotta respect that too. So I appreciate Crush. I'm gonna throw him off right now. He's probably busy, but I just wanted to do his closing for him because he's he's away right now. But yeah, subscribe to Crush the Legend as well, the greatest man alive. Like I said, Crush is good, especially with his wordplay. So I appreciate Crush for coming on. And that'll be it for me. Thank you to everybody that jumped on. It's the longest we've been live. Appreciate all you guys. J.A. Dixon, thanks for being in here. D-Man Jr. coming in late. I know you're working hard or hardly working, not too sure. Shout out to my boy, my co-host D Free, Socrates, and Ofacio Falcon. If you guys get a chance, if you guys got some time, rewind it to the first 30 minutes. He's fighting next week. We had him on as well. And who else? Canito, thanks for coming through, Canito. Facebook, watching on Facebook. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that came through and show support. TD Sports, Friday Night Sports Talk. And I'm going to sleep. My wife is going to slap me. And we out, guys. Have a good night.